Floydy Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. and this is my assistant, Kitty Zeno Asagirian. Today, we're going to be blackpilling you on the reality of the localization discourse and basically how AI is not going to take over as much as certain people are making it out to be. But before we get into this, YouTube is on the war path, and the algorithm is slowly but surely killing my channel. So in order to help us overcome it, please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, you adorable little kitty here in this operation literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be for live reactions, I've lost count on how many manga now, including The Ancient Magus' Bride, which started all of this. And yes, we will be talking about that first, because I got quite a bit to say about that. Or news, analysis, and live streams like this video, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, and we also have Super Chat. Feel free to hit that up as well. So, first off, for those of you that have not been around to my channel or watched my content before, let me give you a brief background on me and why I'm basically qualified to talk about this. So first off, besides, the fact that I've been watching anime and reading manga since 1998-ish, I've been covering anime and manga on YouTube since 2015, 2016-ish. And man, has it gotten me a lot of things going on. So I've met with studio president George Wada in 2018 at Crunchyroll Expo, as well as the VP of IG Productions, who I still talk to this day. George Wada, I still have problems with you. Oh, I will not forgive you what you did to the Ancient Magus' Bride. Oh, no. I actually have met the mangaka of Shokugeki no Soma in person and shook Saki Sensei's hand, which was awesome. And they signed my plushie too. Check that there. I've actually been to MAPPA industry panels in person and online. I've actually, if you follow me on Twitter, which you should, I talk to mangaka and anime industry people all the time, which is really fun. And one of them, which I'm going to be, talking about later in the stream, Darmian, he's followed me for a long time, and we've been talking for a very long time, and he's been blackpilling me on AI in the manga industry. And yeah, AI has been used in the manga industry for a minute. And in terms of anime, I've been talking to people in the anime industry, obviously, for a while now as well. And I can't talk about everything in terms of the amount of blackpilling I've been getting in terms of AI, but there's quite a bit. But in terms of the Ancient Magus' Bride, this whole thing has frustrated me for multiple reasons. Obviously, I've been covering the Ancient Magus' Bride manga since 2017, and I tried with the anime, but I just couldn't. And then, I found out the reasoning behind it when I asked George Wada about certain things. But then the whole thing blew up with the English simulpubs, and I couldn't believe, for some things I could believe in regards to people attacking the mangaka. Oh, I could believe it. But when I saw actual professional English localizers attacking the mangaka, that's where I drew the line. I just couldn't believe it. And the thing that frustrates me the most about this is the majority of the people that are involved in this discourse have never read the manga. And if they did read the manga, they're only reading, for the most part, the 7 Seas localization. And, let alone have read the simulpub, especially the localizers. And you know how I know that? two of the localizers that I got into debates with and shown the actual simulpubs to, they thought it was from the Seven Seas localization. So yeah. And the other thing is too, Chapter 97 came out, what, like less than a week ago? No one's talked about it but me and maybe a couple of other people. I'm not sure. But that goes to show you how much people care. And that really irritates me. Now, in terms of, before I forget, in terms of translations of manga, I've covered just about every type of translation in terms of English, whether it be fan translations, and that does include machine translations. In terms of official, that does include botched localizations, and that frustrates me. Whether it be from Viz, that's like, Shonen Jump app, Manga Plus. I was one of the first people to use the Manga Plus app, and that was like in 2019. K Manga, and I do have direct contact with Kodansha through the rep, and that's thanks to Bounding for that. And what was the other one? And Comic-E, which I've been using for a long time now as well, and we'll get into Comic-E a little later. And Comic Walker. So I know about the manga apps. I know, and Magamo too. Yeah. So I know about the apps. I know more about manga apps than I think most people. Let's see, what else do I have here on my agenda? I have here. Okay, the other thing I'm having an issue with here, and this is what's really motivating me to do this stream, is something that's been happening, and I think part of me thinks that it has something to do with the discourse going mainstream, and also a lot of it has to do with it, the anger that's been building up in the community for, like, I want to say the past few years, is that there's this black and white mentality, all or nothing mentality, where it's like I've been seeing tweets about like total localizer death, and like I've seen localizers saying that if you are for AI translations and all that, then you don't deserve human translations. Well, first of all, to the idiot localizers that are saying that, guess what? You know what the mangaka and the anime industry people use to communicate with fans? They use DeepL, and I'm getting more of them to convert from Google Translate to DeepL. I am, which is freaking awesome. But yeah, they use DeepL and Google Translate to communicate with fans. I've asked them, I've asked them a few times if they would prefer, us to use machine translation to, speak to them in Japanese. And they're like, no, we want to learn English. We want our English to get better to communicate with Western fans. So yeah. And also tourists that are saying that you guys are freaking stupid too. And on top of that, yeah, it would destroy your industry and you would lose your job anyway. So there is that. And for those of you that are saying total localizer death, well, that's not going to solve the problem either. That's not. No, it's not. And we'll get to that a little bit later on why, because it's not just the localizers that are the problem. It's the industry that is the problem itself. It is. But anyways, God, that's just been really building up for a minute. But I did find some very interesting things while, preparing for this stream. And now that I figured out how to use StreamYard, I can actually do this, right? Let me see. Where are you? This is the one I want to use first. See if it's working on StreamYard correctly. Okay, good. So something I found, a couple of things I found on this website we're going to go over is about like factors that influence translation, like self-editing, and a few interviews. And the reason why I want to go over this is because some of the arguments that I have seen, especially from localizers, is that they're saying, oh, we have no influence on localizations, blah, 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 blah. That's a load of bullshit, and you know it. And this is why right here. This says it right here. This is the article here. It's called Translation is a Spectrum. And we're not talking about political or racial or gender spectrum either. this is what it says here. It says flat out the translator. This is factors that influence translation, the translator. Yeah, we remember lots of it. We remember lots of this shit that's gone down. Covered it for bounding, for one thing. So first, there's the translator as an individual person. Their life experience and experience as a translator impacts how they approach translation. They might be more familiar with the writing styles of certain subjects, mediums, or authors. Yeah, we remember the transing of Hira. We covered it. We covered the whole saga. And we remember what you, I don't, I'm going to cover her interviews anyway, so fuck it. We remember what you said, Katrina, about the translator consulting trans people instead of, I don't know, looking at the freaking interview of the author saying that Hira was not trans. A translator with decades of experience writing and translating feminist novels will have a different approach from a translator fresh out of college. And when we get to that industry interview that I did with Bonsama last year, you'll see how bad the problem is with certain. It's not all publishers, no, but there are certain publishers having this issue. And Comic Key is not one. Comic Key is definitely not one of them either, because all their stuff is done in house, and they're actually passionate about their stuff. I don't know what's going on with Kodakawa in that regard, Comic Walker in that regard. But yeah, it's a little bit different for certain publishers. But we know at least one publisher that is having this issue. Oh yes, we do. And we know about their horrible contracts as well. Seriously. We'll get to that. We'll save that rant for a little later. Let's see. Newer translators will often stick closer to the wording used in the source text until they gain more confidence and find their own voice in their writing, because translation is a form of no. Here's where I'm having an issue. To an extent, I understand finding your own, how it is a form of writing. Obviously, it's a form of writing. I've seen localizers saying that it is an art, that translation is an art. You know what? To an extent, I can agree, because dealing with machine translation sometimes gets very frustrating, or like a bad fan translation, because some of them are not machine translations. They're just they're fast, speedy translations, so like they're not proofread, and it gets very frustrating. It really does. So that's why I'm like, okay, I can understand that, because you have to proofread and stuff like that. So I can understand that, because it does require critical thinking. So maybe in that regard, but no, it's a form of writing, yeah, but you don't need your own. No, I don't agree with that. Lived experience can also impact word choice and make a translation feel more authentic. See, I don't know about lived experience, but if you're talking about just reading and that kind of experience, and how you do a word structure or something like that, and how your sentences are structured, that I can actually see. That would make a little bit more sense. If you're Brit, it says it's using the British right here. It's easier for a native British speaker to translate into British English than a Native American English speaker. See, that makes more sense. That I can understand. If you're talking about what Katrina was saying about trans experiences, or talking and trying to translate a cross-dressing series into a trans, no, this makes more sense to me. Let's see. Or for women, yeah, I can agree with this. Or for women to write female voices. Oh God, of course you're bringing up for translate trans words. God damn it, why? Why'd you have to bring that up? Jesus Christ, why? Why'd you have to bring this up? All right, so the next thing here is audience expectation. Yeah, audience expectations. Speaking of, oh God. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of ranting in here, because I'm so sick of this shit. The translator is an individual aside individual aside, they also have to consider their audience expectations. Yeah, certain localizers, certain toxic localizers, you don't give a shit about your audience. Well, you give a shit about your modern audience, but you don't give a shit about your main audience. If you did, you would actually translate the material correctly and stay true to the source material. But no, you don't. We're looking at you, whoever did that mid translation for Hokkaido Gals. God, we're not going to look at this example because that shit makes me, it's just, ugh. 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 Hold on a second. It says right, this is going to be where I'm going to cover this. Hold on a second. Knowing your audience, whether you're translating legal or medical or fantasy, Katrina does medical shit too. I just remember that. Or sci-fi impacts how you write the translation. Obviously, it's not impacting Katrina or any of her flock. They're still doing it. And different cultures have different audience expectations. A lot of Japanese fantasy is written in everyday Japanese, but is often translated into tokenesque British English because that's what the audience expects. You know what? If it's like, I'm kind of annoyed by that. If it's like a British fantasy, like if it's it's an anime taking place in like a English setting, like a British setting, that's one thing. Well, no, I'm torn on that. Let me know what you guys think. Let's see, because I don't know about that. Low fantasy and cozy fantasies are often written in a more casual style or American English. No, we just want the freaking, we just want it translated. We just want it to stay true to the source material. There again, as I said, there's some exceptions depending on where the setting is at. Like if it's in Britain or if it's in France or Germany, fine. You could go that route. Like with Bia in Zon 100. You could go with the German accent. I'm fine with that. You could do that shit. Go for it. But if you're gonna do like some random memes, like mid for a random series or mansplaining, no. Literal physical. Okay, there's literal physical limitations imposed upon the translation. Okay. Well, Kitty, thank God you are on my lap because I'm getting very frustrated. Let's see. This is very true. We have to deal with this sometimes. There are some mediums with literal physical limitations imposed upon the translation, and it gets very frustrating. You know this, manga readers. So like subtitles, it's not as bad. But comics and video games, diagrams, and charts all have limited space in which the translation must be displayed. And these physical limitations directly impact word choice and sentence structure. It becomes the translator's job to juggle those limitations while still conveying the core information to the audience. Although if the source text is squeezed into tight of a spot, then information might have to be cut. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else here that I want to consider covering? No. Okay. I want to get to the next thing here because that is very important. Do I want to get to the editing stuff? Where are you editing? Okay, this is what I want to get into that next, but Jesus Christ. I know it's just insane. I now look at chat. It's just insane how many people are making excuses for bad translations. It doesn't make sense. A lot of these people that are making excuses for it are really tourists, and I just don't understand it. These tourists that are doing it just need to get the fuck out. I swear. Oh, that was mainly true for old games because of memory limits. Yeah, that's what I figured it was. But yeah, I feel like this is extremely important to cover. To at least, that's why I'm like, the Spectrum article and this next one about editing is really important because people need to understand that these arguments that are being made by these localizers is just ridiculous. It's just so dumb. It's just dumb. Oh my God. Yeah, it's like they're rewriting other people's stories because they can't create any. Dude, and that's exactly it, Troy. That's exactly it. It's their fan fiction. That's what this is. They want to have their own fan fiction. It's just ridiculous. But wait till I get to that interview with Bonsava. Like that, when I got blackpilled from that, I was just shooketh by that. Oh my God. Oh my God. But I know people are saying, again, I'll get to it a little bit later, but I know people are saying Japan's watching, but people gotta remember, we Westerners don't have control to an extent of what Japan does, or have control unless we go directly to the author, like we did with I think I turned my childhood friend into a girl. We went directly to the author about that and to the publisher. We have to, and again, I'll get to it a little bit later, but people just need to understand the reality of the situation. okay, let's see what Firo says this. I've been watching anime for over 20 years, and a lot of these SJWs and Taurus in the anime community have been around for quite some time. But it wasn't until the last few years that they are more vocal. Yeah, they've become more vocal over the last few years. I don't know what has emboldened them. I don't know what it is. I swear to God, the Shonen Jump, especially in terms of manga with the Shonen Jump app, oh my God, it's just like, especially with Chainsaw Man, I wish it would have never been licensed by Viz. Because in the manga, before I get into the editing stuff, in the manga, because I've been covering series like Chainsaw Man, I've covered it since chapter 1. Sakamoto Days since chapter 1. A lot of the series that are becoming mainstream right now, I cover, especially like on the Shonen Jump app, minus a few, like Blue Box, I just couldn't do it because it just was, the blue balling was killing me. But I've been covering them since chapter 1. And Demon Slayer I covered, like, when was it? Like around chapter 50, and that was before the anime came out. And I remember, let me tell you about Demon Slayer. So Demon Slayer, I remember because I was at Crunchyroll Expo 2018, and this was before Demon Slayer. This was when the first trailer came out. After the first trailer came out, nobody but me knew what it was because I was up to date with the manga and everything. Even the Aniplex rep wasn't up to date with the manga like I was. I felt like such an outsider that year. And like seeing the community now, I'm just like, the fuck? Oh God, it's just so funny. It's so funny to see all this now. But going back to the manga stream days, back in the manga stream days, especially in terms of Demon Slayer, everyone was saying Demon Slayer was going to get cut. Same with Jujutsu Kaisen. Everyone was in the community back in the day was saying Jujutsu Kaisen was going to get axed. It was, swear. But anyways, the Vic and Sony. God damn, that shit was so stupid. Oh my God. But let me get the next thing here. Where are you? Let's get... Here we go. This is what I wanted. I'll make sure everything's good here. Again, this is the first time I've live streamed like using a software since Brian, my significant other of 12 years died, which was like over 4 years ago. And that was when Google Hangouts was still a thing. So it's been a long time. So I'm getting used to this. So here's the translation workflow. So here it is. So you got the text review, you got the initial read. So accept, decline a project and ask follow-up questions. Then you read the text before, start translating, begin the term, base glossary, and begin the character voice development, then the translation, then edit, proofread, delivery, and feedback. So when these localizers are saying that it does go through a process, yeah, you editors that are allowing this to happen, I'm looking at you, Viz. especially the ones that I don't know have, because Viz told me this. Their PR person told me this. I'm dead serious. Kodansha has a whole different thing. Kodansha, what the Kodansha rep told me, because I was concerned about this. I was because the botch localizations, and this was before K Manga came out. I'm like, do you guys, because of all the botch localizations happening, do you guys have, is Kodansha going to guarantee that there's going to be like a quality control system or something in place to make sure that everything's okay? And and the reps that contacted Japan directly, they contacted Kodansha in Japan directly, and they said that they're working on a quality control system to make sure that everything is translated accurately. This, you know what they said? They said, oh, we got a team of editors with over 200 years experience. Well, bullshit you do. Because I've been seeing tons of shitty localizations coming out of you. They may not be woke local. Well, in case of Twin Star Exorcist, we got like 2 woke translations out of you, like the male gaze and mansplaining. But we've seen like so many botch localizations from out of Jujutsu Kaisen and what was the other one? Well, not just Jujutsu Kaisen and Boku no Hero Academia. Detective Conan is like unreadable. I can't cover Biz's localization of Detective Conan. I can't. It's unreadable because they use the English anime names. I'm dead serious. They use the English anime names from Case Closed for their manga localization. Not even Yu-Gi-Oh's manga localization does that. That's how bad Detective Conan's manga localization is. It is that bad. It is unreadable. I thank God for fan scans. Thank God they exist. If it wasn't for fan scans, I wouldn't be able to cover Detective Conan. And I've checked the Detective Conan manga Reddit. It's the same thing. They all flat said that they can't read the Viz localization. They just can't do it. It's that bad. But anyways, I'm glad I got that off my chest because that's been really pissing me off too. Here we go. So the first step to review the job when you receive it, check the deadline, workload content, ask any additional questions, and then let your client know if you accept the project. If you do, you should do an initial read through the text. So yeah, they read through the text. Doesn't have to be anything in depth, just a read through to get a feel for the text, as well as give you a better idea for terms and character voice. Then you can start translating, and once the translation is done, you have the editing, then proofreading phase, which are different things. And we'll get that. This is more on that later. Once you're done, you can deliver the text. If you're really lucky, you might get some feedback. Oh, really? Okay. I wonder what these editors were saying about Hyura getting trans. Do they even get 7C? Oh God, from what I've seen with 7C's contracts, they are freaking bad. And to the translators that are signing these shitty contracts, why aren't you reading before you sign contracts in general? I know this because I do. I have with my NDAs because motherfuckers were giving me shit for my NDAs. Look, I did one with my NDAs with Kodansha are expired anyway, so fuck it. And this is true with the Kodansha rep because the Kodansha rep lives in California. So as soon as I told them about it, what I do for my NDAs, they're like, oh yeah, I know. Because I had one in place for Hajime no Ippo because I knew what was going down with Hajime no Ippo before anyone else did. They basically said, so basically what my NDAs are, because there's verbal contract laws in California, and that, is for, if it's in for social, it also applies for anything on social media and email as well. So basically, anything, for me, it's like anything that is said within like this DM or within this email stays confidential unless said otherwise. So that's what it is for that. But for the contracts that these freelance translators are getting from 7Cs, what I saw from some of them are just ridiculous. I'm like, How are you signing this? I know you must be desperate for money or whatnot, but at least know what you're signing. Like, Jesus Christ, come on. Maybe it's because I'm from a family of, my dad's side of the family is full of lawyers. I know it's a typical Jew thing to have at least one parent that's full of lawyers and the other side full of doctors. But at least know what you're signing. Anyways. Oh, cat. Stop it. Each translation project will look a little different, but this is the basic workflow that you'll be working through as a professional. Even translators need to edit. Oh, really now? Really now? So, yeah. These localizers, man, I swear. You might think that as a translator, you don't need to edit. You do. Yeah, so remember that problematic age gap? Instead of a lolicon god, he's some god with a problematic age gap. You probably want to edit that. Editors are not there to fix your translations. Yeah, Katrina. Maybe you should fix your translations and not put stupid shit up in there. God, these people piss me off. Their editors are not there to fix your problems. They are there to polish your translation for the context slash audience to the project. I will say this though, to be fair, I'll play devil's advocate here too. Editors, you need to catch this shit too. And again, I'll get it to the Bonds, when I talk about Bonds on his interview, because he says something similar, I believe. But you guys need to do better. If you see some bullshit woke language up in someone's translation, you need to call it out. Unless the woke localizer mafia, which is a real thing, surprisingly. Oh God, again? We'll get to it. Unless they are grabbing you by the balls, which they shouldn't. Why? Just why? They might go hogwash and change everything without asking, which is bad in my opinion. This is true, which is bad in my opinion, deserves a whole talk of its own. Yes, they shouldn't change it without telling you and lecturing you and be like, look, translator, don't put your politics or stupid memes in someone else's work. Write your own shit. But at the end of the day, your job is to give a final translation that is as close to ready as to publish as is possible. We all make simple mistakes or misunderstand things the first time around. No, these motherfuckers are not doing that. They're doing this on purpose. Katrina is special, and there's like a couple of other ones in particular that are very well. Obviously, we're seeing with Jamie, as she is making clear, like with Panty and Stocking as well. She's made it clear that she did this on purpose. I can't wait to write about that. But at the end of the day, your job is to give a final translation that is that's as close as to ready to publish as is possible. We all make simple mistakes or misunderstanding things the first time around. Multiple drafts and multiple edits are key to creating high quality work. Then there's editing versus proofreading. See, this is what I mean. This is what I have to deal with in terms of and with machine translations and some bad fan translations. It's mostly proofreading that's the issue, where you're addressing surface level issues like spelling, punctuation, and inconsistencies. Yeah, that's the main issue I deal with, like machine some of it is with machine translation. No, machine translations, there's some editing issues for sure. There is definitely editing issues for machine translations. I will admit it. But like for some of the bad fan translations, and I will admit that some fan translators, actually, I love that when the fan translators comment in my comment section and thank me for the feedback. for the ones that are not like straight up machine translations and they're just, you know, like simple spelling and punctuation and inconsistencies and stuff like that, and it's just proofreading stuff, it is very frustrating. It drives me nuts. But it is better than the straight up machine translations. Oh my god, those, I have to deal with it. I have to deal with both for Kingdom sometimes. Because I get the speedy ones for Kingdom. But Kingdom is peak. Kingdom is freaking peak. And I swear to God, Shueisha, just give us simulpubs for Kingdom of Manga Plus already. Jesus, man. One more important thing to remember is you should not translate and edit at the same time. Huh. So for editing, let me read this real quick. So improve overall writing quality and readability, accuracy, clarity, and brevity. So that's the thing with what's going on. And it's not just, I should emphasize this, it's not just Bushy Road that's doing it for the Ancient Magus' Bride. No, Shueisha's been doing it for Manga Plus exclusive titles for a minute. They've been doing it for a minute, and they try to get away with just straight up AI, you know, with orange ink. But yeah, they got busted because man, it was not looking good. It was not looking good. For a minute, but yeah, they got a human to, they still have Orange doing like the translations for the most part, but they have some similar to what we're seeing with the Ancient Magus' Bride. Someone is, you know, of course, fixing it and all that. But yeah, then there's translator brain versus editor brain. Okay, let's see what this is. So let's see. Hold on. Okay. Translating and editing at the same time isn't a good idea because of your translator brain and editor brain. Your right brain is said to handle the more creative works, which is in our industry would be translation. While your left brain handles logical tasks such as editing. Well, yeah, I know. I'm like that. I will say that. I'm like that when I'm dealing with machine translations, because when I'm covering machine translations, because I'm like, the grammar is so wrong. It's killing me. I'm trying to fit in some cases, I'm trying to figure out what's the right translation. What would it be? It's not making sense. Let's see. All right. So because these two modes are engaging different parts of your brain, it takes a lot of energy to change between them constantly, which is why you try to edit and translate that which is why if you try to edit as you translate, then you'll put a lot of unnecessary strain on your brain, which you could exhaust later or exhaust faster. God damn it. I got distracted. I'm sorry, because my mail going down there. To switch modes effectively as you should, always take a break, obviously to take a break and all that. Okay, we don't need that shit. All right, so let's get to the core principles of editing here. When you finish the translation, you've had a break, had a cup of tea, gone for a walk, changed rooms. Let's get to the editing here. So here's the editing. So we have, is it accurate? Is it clear? Is it brief? So, wait a minute. Okay, so I don't mean do the exact words match the source, but is the overall meaning accurately reflected? Is the tone and are the words consistent? So basically, this often means double checking sentences and paragraphs and comparing them with the source text. And if something feels off, double check it. Editors, why are you not doing this? Where are you, editors? Huh? Where are you? Why aren't you doing this? Because apparently this is not being done. All right, then there is it clear? So is the English or the target text clear for the reader to understand what's going on? Huh? There's quite a lot of well, it's not as bad as you. There's some that are really bad, but there's quite a few where there's memes like mansplaining put where it shouldn't be. I'm looking at you, Twin Star Exorcist, and that one frustrates me in particular because I do talk to Sakano. If you have an untranslated word, is the meaning still clear from context? sentences, scenes, and events make sense? Not when mansplaining is involved. And I can't believe motherfuckers are defending putting mansplaining in manga. The fuck is wrong with you? And is it brief? Are sentences too long? Do you have redundant wording or passive voice? Or do you have meanings? Blah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I think that's basically it. Oh, what's this about bad habits? No. Okay, there's spell check. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I think that's basically it for this. All right. We'll get to the Caleb Cook stuff in a second. But yeah, this really kind of shows that editing is a huge problem. It is. I will agree. Machines are becoming better with the language models. They are. They're slowly becoming better. The incident with Orange with Rugby Rumble did happen not too long ago, but it is still bad. It is. Oh, I almost forgot because I mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, it was a problem as well. Pokemon Adventures manga did not have this issue that Detective Conan is having. It did not. There we go. Let's see. Hi, Zach. Okay, now we're gonna get to the weekly simulpubs, which was from Caleb Cook's interview. Oh, why did I do that? Okay, sorry, pressed the wrong thing. God damn it. I'm getting used to this. I am getting used to this. Where are you, Caleb Cook? There we go. Make sure this is all good. Okay, so here we go. So this is the part I really wanted to get to with weekly simulpubs. So here's the challenges with that. So you have the tight turnaround, essentially means arranging one's life around the delivery of those raw chapters. So he's had to avoid flights and all that. But then there's the series that appears in magazines besides Weekly Shonen Jump, can have erratic release schedules. And let's see. I wonder if part of the reason why some of Caleb's translations have been off is because he's taking on too many jobs. I wonder if that's it. That'd be interesting. But he did say, asking for a substitute translator is theoretically possible, but I hate the idea of someone else touching my babies, most of which I raised up since their chapter 1 infancies. Caleb, if you are, but Caleb, you're watching Boku no Hero Academia. People are getting sick of that shit. Just give it up. Oh, God damn it. Okay, here's the ambiguous text. So being on the cutting edge of the storytelling coming out of Japan also means taking proverbial shots in the dark when something in the text is even remotely ambiguous. So people who work on anime adaptations often have the benefit of foresight, based on the existing manga, but simul manga translators are staring into the void, trying to envision the author's roadmap insofar as it might affect minute semantic choices week to week. What? I mean, no! What pronoun should this new unidentified character have? Why are we doing this? Why? No! Oh, no! Not the what pronoun should this new unidentified character have? Oh. You want this? No! Or do you rephrase? Or do you rephrase in order to eliminate pronouns? That's what happened with Yamato in the Manga Localization from what I heard, which might not read as well, but is definitely the safer bet. Striking out an X meant to be singular or plural. God damn you! Ugh! You PC pandas are ruining shit! Don't cater to the pronoun lawyers! Don't do that! Ugh! God damn it, why? Why are you ruining manga? Is this odd turn of phrase? You wonder why people are pirating? You wonder why? It's because of shit like this. And also, I've been saying this to Shueisha for, and if you follow me on Twitter, you know I said this to the Jump Plus editors. I said, this, seriously, just Shueisha, for the love of God, let Viz have their own version of botched manga. Let them do that shit. localizations. You do it for kaiju number 8. You already do it for kaiju number 8. There's no reason to not do it for the rest of them. It's really annoying. This is exactly why. Is this odd turn of phrase from a specific character just a quirky one-off, or will it become a recurring catchphrase? One is to develop instincts for those sort of things, so that each decision isn't a total roll of the dice, but rather a choice informed by experience. You don't see this shit from TCB or OP scans. They aren't having this problem. No, and if they do have this, if they do come across this, I'm going to use TCB as an example. If TCB does have an issue, you know what they do? It's something called translator notes. Why can't you just do that? They roll the dice, and if they end up being wrong, it's called a translator note. And then they go fix it. They go fix the previous chapters. How is this hard? Biz, where are your 200 years of experience editorial team? Where are they? Oh, God. You want to know why Biz's localizations are bad? This motherfucker is why. This is why. Oh my God, this shit pisses me off. Sending inquiries to the Japanese editorial team is impossible. How? How is it not possible? I sent one to my Kodansha rep. She sent one to the Kodansha editorial department team. They gave me an answer. Why can't you? You are full of shit. You are lying. If I can get one, why can't you? You are so lying. Stop the bullshit. Also, Biz, where's your editorial team? Why aren't you doing anything? You guys should be getting the answers. If my Kodansha rep can do it, and if my rep can do it, my PR rep can do it. What is going on with you? You are full of shit. Caleb, either you're full of shit or Viz is full of shit. I call bullshit. I do. You are lying. You are lying. That is bullshit. Oh, it says it isn't impossible, but it is often. No, but it's often late the game of telephone that others in the process would rather avoid. No, that's a lot of bullshit. Would rather avoid. No, it took. You know how long it took? It took 2 days at most. Sometimes it took a day. At most, it would take maybe like 4 days. That's a load of bullshit, and you know it, Caleb. You are saying that it's a lengthy game of telephone? No, it don't take that long. You have someone at this that has direct contact with the editorial department. Your editorial team has direct contact with the Jump editorial department, or there should be someone there. You are lying and full of shit. Stop it. And which might not produce an answer until it's too late for the chapter in question. Well, then it's called a translation note. It's called a translation note, and then you just fix it. It's not hard. Jesus Christ. How is this hard? I don't understand. He is fucking, oh God, these people piss me off. Oh my God, these people piss me off. So it feels like you're working on so many series at one time. My point proven. How many volumes of manga do you tend to juggle at one time? This is an old interview, by the way. I said this writing 70 different manga series? Caleb, just cut back. You're watching too many series, yo. Some will end as the others begin, but that number consistently hovers between 15 and 20. And you wonder why. Caleb, you are cooking up botched localizations for a reason. Just use the translation notes. It's not hard. My God, what? This is your fault. This is your fault for doing. You are responsible for this. You are. You should be directly. If there are problems with certain things, fuck. How come? Okay, how come you are just not, this is a question that drives me nuts. I'm sorry, I'm thirsty. I've had localizers tell me that, oh, we can't get in contact with the mangaka. We can't because of contracts and all that. Then why isn't your editorial team doing that? Why don't you ask your publisher to do that? And also, what, again, as I said, your contract, why aren't you doing this? Something about your contract, you need to fix it then. You need to make sure in your contract that it stipulates that you are allowed to ask the mangaka questions about certain things. In terms of a simulpub, you need to have contact with the mangaka or at least with the editor. How is this hard? I don't understand this. And Viz, if I can get contact with the freaking Kodansha editorial department, there's no reason, and this is my rep, again, this is my Kodansha rep that was able to do this. There's no reason why you can't get in contact with Jump's editorial department and find out and get specific answers to questions for simulpubs. There's no reason for this. There's no reason that the fans have to, in the case of Jujutsu Kaisen, there's been fans sending death threats to the localizer to get things changed. There's no reason for this. I just don't understand. Oh, God. Shueisha, I'm telling you, you guys need to step in and intervene. This is getting ridiculous. If Gege was on Twitter, trust me, if Gege was on Twitter, I would be tweeting him directly. But I did my part. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I did my part. I can't be the only one doing this. No, instead of complaining into the void, go tweet the freaking haters. Getting tired of this shit. The trivia I don't give a fuck about. I will say this about Caleb. I will give you this. Vigilantes localization wasn't bad because I covered Vigilantes. But Boku no Hero Academia, you are fucking botching, and I'm sick of it. Oh, God. Is there anything else I want to point out from this that I need? Wait. It says translating improve. I will say this though. He's talking about how translating improves English. You know what? I will say this, and this is true for me. I don't know if it's true for anyone else. For me, when it comes to writing, I have to read something, whether it's manga or books or whatnot. Otherwise, otherwise I can't write because it does improve my my critical thinking and my creative writing process. Because then I have the writing structures set in my mind, and also it helps me with my grammar and stuff like that too. So I will agree with that. I will agree with this. But I think that's really it from this that I need. Wait, is that Stephen Paul? I will say this because I do want to mention, of course, Stephen Paul, because Project Vinland brought them up, and Stephen Paul is actually a good localizer. He is. He does some really good stuff. He does, including stuff for Viz. So this is why I'm like, don't say the whole thing about complete localizer death when there's good ones like Stephen Paul out there. So I think that here we go. Here we go. The industry in general. Let's get into this. What do you think people don't know about the localization, that you wish would? The process, all right. At least with manga, no one is an island. I may be the one who produces the raw script of a manga chapter or volume, but that text passes through many hands before the public sees the final product. Most of the time, I have little to no involvement after submitting my part, and I can be caught off guard by changes made by editorial, which I'm not suggesting are bad things. Remember what was said in that article I read, that was not a good idea? The downside is the implicit rules of etiquette state that when there's a decision that fans don't like, I can't just come out publicly and say, whoa, back off, that wasn't me. It was editor Jerkface to redirect the angry mob. Oh, so you know what? I have to wonder then. I wonder if the botch, that's why I'm like, in Caleb's, now I gotta wonder, in Caleb's defense for Boku no Hero Academia, because Vigilante's localization was good. Dr. Stone's localization was actually good too. So now, Caleb, you know what? I have to wonder if, like, in the case of the recent localization or the recent chapter, or one of the more recent chapters of Boku no Hero Academia with Bakugo, when he said "give him hell," I have to wonder if that was the editor. Again, that Viz editorial team, 200 years of experience coming through, right? Fuckers, I swear. I'm telling you, Shueisha, you need to crack down on them fuckers. You do. But editor Jerkface, you're the one that's fucking up Boku no Hero Academia, huh? It's either Caleb or you are, and Caleb's for the most part, Caleb does decent localizations. That's why I'm like, okay, it could be the editor on this one. It could be. Most of the time, don't defend your editor on this. If he fucked up Boku no Hero Academia, don't defend your editor. You said that was your baby, Caleb. Stop it. Most of the time I want to defend an editor's decision anyway, even when I happen to disagree. It's unprofessional to throw a creative partner under the bus. No, in this case, you should. I'm not sorry for saying that. No, because he's throwing you under the bus. Allowing you to get death threats is throwing you under the bus, Caleb. You need to throw him under the bus. But naturally, the person with their name on the work is most exposed to backlash, even when it's a multi-pronged creative process behind the scenes. In short, the freelance translator has far less control than the average fan seems to imagine. To that point, I think I failed to figure out how to thread that perilous needle of fan engagement. Again, Caleb, that's why you should throw that motherfucker under the bus. He screwed with your work, and you're getting death threats. Why are you staying loyal to him? That's when you throw him under the bus. Again, the risk of blacklisting, fine. But still, at that point, the death threats are not worth it. They are not. Too much exposure, even through mostly positive engagement. Oh, Kitty, you're cute right now. Eventually puts a target on one's back. I like to think that given the absence of diehard manga anime fans, the world of literary translation might be different. No, it's not going to happen. But the largely sexist backlash. What? No. Stop it. A backlash. It's no. Now you lost me. Backlash against Emily Wilson following her new translation of the Odyssey, for instance, doesn't inspire much confidence. Caleb, you had me for a second. You did, and then you lost me. Obviously, manga's made to make money. We know this, but hold on. Let's see. The publisher. Yeah, but I know manga is made to make money. It is. But this here frustrates me. The artistry takes a back seat from the cold calculating business perspective, and the localizer's balancing act is all about finding a satisfying compromise that preserves the integrity of the work while meeting commercial standards designed to maximize readership, which can seem arbitrary at times, and yes, often frustrates me. It's making the most of non-ideal sets of competing priorities. I don't think putting politics and memes and localizations helps make the publisher money. No, I don't think botching localizations helps make the publisher money. No, it doesn't. It works. Yen Press doesn't do this shit, and it's working out great for them. Let's see. easy. Ooh, what's this example? In a complete vacuum with no external considerations beyond the creative, I would absolutely make Bakugo use naughty language now and then as an angry teenager would. But in reality, the book's what? The book's age rating doesn't allow for that. We're just dealing with this with Jamie and freaking Penny and stalking. Unless it is translated that way, don't do it. Oh my god, these people. Let's see. Raising the rating would drive away potential customers. Fine, drive away the potential customers. Who cares? Say the parents of parent in Barnes and Noble. Oh, fine. Don't, or even keep the series from appearing on the app. Yes, and your point. That is worth it. If it's staying true to the source material, and you ain't censoring it. Who fucking cares? And again, Broadhouse rules are not up to me. It's if I suddenly decide to have Bakugo say fuck, editorial would nix it before it saw the light of day. And why do you think people are pirating Boku no Hero Academia? What I do have a good degree control over is how to craft Bakugo's dialogue in the absence of curse words. Don't tell me. Don't tell me motherfuckers are 4 kids in manga right now. That's what it feels like right now. Any compromising I do happens within those constraints. No. We are doing this now. Oh, come on. All right, let's get to this myth. Oh, God. After this, we're getting to Katrina, which I know is what everyone's waiting for. But, God, this is very informative. As for my own misconceptions, I used to imagine localization was mostly concerned with transforming onigiri into jelly donuts, or references to Japanese celebrities into references to American celebrities. But in reality, those surface level, often goofy cosmetic changes are a small slice of what localization is actually about. Speaking of, let me get to that, because mofos keep confusing what's going on with that. And I see Taurus talking about it too. Here's the thing: the difference between what 4 Kids is doing and what's going on in anime right now. And apparently now what's going on in manga too. I got to compare 4 Kids. The thing is what 4 Kids was doing back in my day is they were dealing with TV regulations. So they, similar to what Caleb was saying about manga dealing with regulations, 4 Kids had to deal with really strict TV regulations to try and make sure that kids can watch anime, and they had to do all these weird censors and all of that. That's what we were dealing with back in the day. Now we're not dealing with broadcast television. No, some anime, if broadcast television is still existing right now, some anime might still be dealing with it. Sure, but the ones that are streaming, no, they are not dealing with it. And yes, back in the day, we had the lingo. We had the cringe ass lingo back in the day in like old school, like 4 Kids, oh god, Bandai anime. Yeah, they those dubs, we did have the cringe lingo. We did. Anyone who remembers, yes, we did. But here in 2024, we don't have that shit. No. It's not needed here, especially in the subtitles either. No, we don't need it in the subtitles. We don't need it in the freaking English dub. It's not needed anymore. We're not dealing with broadcast TV regulations. No, we are on streaming services where those regulations don't matter. Now, with what Caleb was talking about, with the manga censors, that is very worrying. That is very concerning that this is actually happening. That is. They're trying to appeal to kids. That's what was going on back in my day, back in the 90s and 2000s, with what 4Kids was doing. Was trying to make anime, and technically the 90s as well with Deke, was trying to make anime available for kids. I know it's funny. But seriously, that's what's going on right now. That is scary. That is scary that they're doing this to manga, so that it could be on the app, or that a parent could buy it for their kids. No! Guess what? I read Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho was in Weekly Shonen Jump when I was in elementary school, middle school, I believe. Yeah. Or no. Was it? No, it was, this was in the late 90s. So no, this was like when One Piece was starting out, and we were getting to Naruto. Wait, was Naruto going on around then? No, I was reading like Ranma Half and like One Piece and shit at the time. Not Weekly Shonen Jump, obviously, for Ranma Half. I was getting manga volumes of it. I think I was reading Video Girl Eye around that time too, if I remember correctly. No. God, my memory is bad. Jesus. But you know what I mean? We didn't have these censorships going on in manga. Now this, because it's trying to appeal to a wider audience, that is really scary. That is scary. This should not be happening. That's scary. Oh my God, it is really scary. But anyways, there's this. Then there's the all translation is localization. And on the micro level, every single sentence I write for manga is produced with implicit consideration paid to the target audience. Because as many of my colleagues are quick to point out, localization is not a binary. Is this localized or not, but a spectrum. Based on what we saw, yeah. On one end, you have the most literal translation imaginable, broke down into parts of speech and sentence diagramming, functionally a Japanese language lesson for the nichest audience, and gets off on the delusion that they're card-carrying members of some exclusive in-group. On the other end, media that throws out the entire Japanese script in favor of crafting the English from scratch. See Samurai Pizza Cats and Ghost Stories, or even some modern video games where the Japanese and English scripts are crafted in tandem, blurring the lines of translation altogether. We're looking at you, Panty and Stocking. Oh God, I'm so excited to write about that. All the work I do naturally fall somewhere in between those extreme nodes. Manga publishers don't give translators the creative freedom to go off the rails entirely. Rightly, I would hope so. Well, minus you know what? I'm going to say this. Minus Detective Conan, where I would say it's in between, because they changed the fucking names to match the anime English localization. It's I swear to God, do not support that localization. I'm begging you, do not support Biz's Case Closed / Detective Conan localization. Do not support it. Sail the high seas for it. Read the fan translation, because that shit is unreadable. But do take the Detective Conan challenge, because God, that manga is good. But anyways, let's see. Fuck, I lost my spot. Here it is. But I will gladly rearrange sentence structure and employ idiomatic language in the hopes of creating something that, while true to the author's vision, is above all else readable. I hope so. I don't like that give him hell to Deku in Boku no Hero Academia. No. I really hope that was the editor. But you should throw under the bus, because he's not sticking up for you and leaving you with death threats, dumbass. Okay, here. Oh, okay. This is high vision for the future of localization. A higher pay. No, you motherfuckers don't deserve higher pay. The good localizers do. The bad localizers, nah. 2% across the board rate hike like every year? No. So we could buy property and retire someday? No. I guess that's a more general concern for all millennials and Zoomers and throughout to the gig economy. Is it up? Oh, God. Speaking of, the story of my life, it is. Right, Kitty? Oh, Kitty's all passed out. He's so cute. God, you're right here, Therapy Kitty. So that is the story of my life. It's an uphill battle, but I hope companies producing localized media start valuing good translation more and more. Yeah, seriously, that'd be nice. Knowing Japanese and being a decent writer aren't quite the niche skills they used to be. Some people can even do both. Wowee! So there's no good reason we shouldn't see overall quality improve, assuming the talent is sought out. Yeah, the allure of cheap machine translation threats those prospects. So we have to have faith that the publishers who understand the process will enough to care will realize that technology isn't nearly at the point where it could be applied to creative translation, especially Japanese to English, especially fiction. Naturally, I hope the crowd that believes localization is a dirty word remains relegated to a small, sad corner of the internet, while the quieter public at large continues to enjoy well-written media. We want well-written media. We do, but there's localizers that would rather botch it. Why? Why do we get? I don't understand. Well, part of it is because there's a lot of misinformation being spread by tourists about complete localizer death, and also about from fucking toxic localizers like to one we're going to be getting to in a second, about wanting to and also Jamie about wanting to botch localizations that make it hard, and it frustrates me. The better the products, the broader the audience we win over. Yeah, stop censoring manga and / botching manga with fucking memes and shit. Don't make it like for kids. Don't do that. Which creates a further demand for good localization and less acceptance of shoddy industry practices. Oh, again, we will get to that. Oh, we will. Higher standards means translators / localizers aren't seen as instantly replaceable resources, leading to more job security and more incentives to get rid of the rising tide raises all ships, and so move on. Don't just get rid of the bad translators and reform the fucking system, which we will get to. But now we will get to the good. We will get to the good stuff here. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for the Katrina content. Oh yes, you have. Oh yeah, I know because Pepsi Man brought up the Toys R Us. Toys R Us has been carrying manga, and Toys R Us specifically states that this is not for children. And I'm going to bring this up because I worked at GameStop for 2 years, and I went from associate to supervisor in 2 years. I will tell you right now, parents I saw so many parents buy their kid, buy their like 6-year-old GTA, Grand Theft Auto. They don't care. I don't understand. I'm seeing people saying that people are flipping out about Goku being nude and seeing Goku's dick, but it's like, dude, you're buying your kid Grand Theft Auto. Like, stop it. A funny Zach, what's up? I'm not that short. No, I'm like 5'6". I'm not short. But anyways, I know everyone has been waiting for the Katrina stuff. Let's get to Katrina. Because I've been wanting to go in on this bitch for a minute. Oh God, yes. Okay, let's get to Katrina. We got 2 interviews for Katrina. This is gonna be fun going in on her. Okay, there's quite a bit with Katrina. I don't think we want to get into how she got into localizing and that shit. No, but I do want to mention this. She does translate for Sentai Filmworks, which she has botched a lot of anime for Sentai Filmworks, including Inukai and what's the other one? Dark Gathering, which we did cover for Bounding. And look at this. I don't know if she's still working for Sega, but look at this. Jack of all trades, translator, editor, project manager, and localizer engineer for Sega. And she's credited on games like Persona 5 Royale, 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, and Yakuza Remastered. And it gets better. She botches manga too for 7Cs, which last year was unionized. I wonder why, she was fighting to get 7Cs to, why 7Cs was fighting to get unionized. I wanted to just point that out. Wait a minute. She has a master's in Japanese translation? Then what? You have a master's in Japanese translation, yet you botch localizations. Oh, it has to be intentional at this point. And it is a paid card. Oh, God. No. Not Netflix too. Oh, no. No, she's everywhere. No, she's everywhere. No! She's everywhere! No! No! Remember what I posted this on Twitter. I said, imagine a world without where Katrina was blacklisted. Seriously! Where's this for me? Seriously, where's this for me? I need this. Oh! Okay. This is not good for me. No. Not fair. Wait a minute. Which work? Hold on. Which fan work did she botch? Which scalations did she botch? I know she said she did shoujo, but which ones did she botch? Okay. Oh, God. No! No! Okay, let's. I just said no! It's not fair! She's getting paid to destroy everything! No! No! Okay. All right. How do you juggle your work at Sega and translate anime and other mediums on the side? She watches her works very carefully, huh? Yes, she puts memes. She calls Lollicons a Lollicon god some problematic god with an H complex. She wants to say that Hira is that the translator from where I think I turned my childhood friend as a girl, consulted with trans people, so it's okay, despite the fact that the mangaka specifically said that Hira is a freaking Otokonoko, that because the localizer consulted with trans people, it's okay to trans Hira. No, but you translate very carefully. It helps that my work at Sega is very different from the work I do outside of my actual. What are you doing at Sega? At Sega, I've been transitioned into more of translation management and engineering role. Oh God, I'm scared for you, Sega. Most of my day, I know this is an old interview, but I'm scared for you, Sega. Most of my day is spent meeting with devs or vendors, managing string deliveries between projects, and coding custom tools in Python to handle massive amounts of data between our developer systems and Memo Q. If I were spending my whole day at Sega translating, then had to come home and translate, I'd burn out super quick. So Sega, you have been spared. Let's see. I do have to be careful to not take on too much work, which I've definitely done in the past, much to past Katrina's chagrin. Typically, I'll do one volume of manga a month, and choose I will cast an anime. She's on the warpath. She's destroying three things a month. Why? Why are you allowing this Sentai film works? Why are you? Well, Seven Seas, to be fair, they are questionable anyway. And now they got a union, so shit. But Sentai, why are you keeping a contract with this bitch? Terminator! Fucking dumbass Sentai Filmworks for real. For simulcast, I'll draft the episode scripts over the weekends and wake up early on their due dates to edit them to the final video. For manga, I'll pound those through. Oh, God. Damn it, I'm sorry. My mind is dirty. I'll pound through those either on the weekend or take a few mornings before work to get through them. I'm a morning person, so I get my best work. I get my best work done between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m. Kitty. She's an evil person. She is. She's an evil person. And you agree with me. I'm glad you do. You post really interesting Twitter threads about, oh my God, these Twitter threads are not interesting. They are psychotic. I've seen them. If anyone has seen them, you know they are psychotic. Twitter threads about translation, best practices in theory. What made you decide to do that? Translation theory was my favorite class in grad school. So why are you botching localizations? Why? I actually almost considered going for a PhD. So you could be the doctor of botch localizations? God damn it. You're already the face of them. You don't need to be Dr. Botch Localizer. Jesus Christ. I held off because I was pretty done with school at that point. My grad program was centered around theory and how to use it to explain and justify your own translation choices. This is what our graduation I think his thesis were all about. What? Wait, what? Yes, Katrina, please justify your own translation choices. I would love to know. Justify why you are replacing lolicon with problematic god with an age complex. Please explain why you are adding memes to localizations. Please explain why are you doing this. why are you calling girls bimbos up in Inukai? Why are you taking pleasure in botching localizations like this? Why are you saying that it's shameful for what Bushy Road Works is doing with AI hybrid simulpubs? That it's shameful to do that to the original text when you're doing that to the fucking original text, you hypocrite. Being able to explain why I'm translating something to a certain way. Oh my god, I can't take this seriously. I can't take this seriously. I can't. Being able to explain why I'm translating something to a certain way not only improves the quality of my translation, but gives me the confidence to point at work I've done and go, this is good, and here's why. Why was Big Brother a great idea? Why? Oh my god! Oh my god, this woman is psycho! Most people, even translators, are fairly unaware of the fact that the field of translation theory and philosophy exists. So, there's a philosophy on how to butcher someone else's work? Really? I didn't know that. There's a theory to like how it's okay to insert cringy memes and your own politics and your fan fiction into someone else's work. Go figure. Oh my god, I've been to professional conferences where I run into translators who've been hold on a second. Who's been doing this for 40 plus years, and their minds are blown when they hear a featured speaker using linguistics to explain why we do things we do. Oh my gosh. Well, I definitely started posting about translation theory just for my own self-satisfaction. Super cool, dang it. Now I've seen so many people, translators and fans alike, comment on how cool it is. Mm-hmm. I feel especially driven to post more analysis threads, if only to shine a light on the black box of translation. Oh my god. Oh god, no. Sensei Fillmore, how are you allowing this bitch to work? Crunchyroll, how are you allowing this bitch to work? Because Funimation is absorbed, you know. There's a reason why, the reason shows like how it's made or popular. We all want to know how the mundane things in our lives are made. Yes, I want to know why you botch localizations, woman. Why? Why do you do it? What do you enjoy? Oh God, here we go. What do you enjoy working on most? Anything where I can get really invested in the characters or plot. Oh God, I'm scared. I'm picky when it comes to my. Hold on. Did she really? Hold on. Damn it, mouse! Stop being dumb. Really now? You're saying this with you? After what you said about Inukai? You obviously weren't picky then. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. Let's see. So it's rare that I not only find something I love and I get to translate it, have that emotional connection to a character whose dialogue I'm writing or plotline I'm adapting makes it all the more fun to work on. This is at the time, by the way. This is an old interview. Most recently, I've been obsessed with working on manga Kageki Shoujo and fell in love with no, she worked on interspecies reviewers. Oh no! And Agashi Gao. Oh god. I also like to have a little bit of a challenge, though. Not too. No, she worked on Armed Girls Metabolism. Oh god, no. I'm looking at you and your obscure ass swordsmanship techniques. No, why? Fantasy worlds are great because I usually get to work out the terminology on my own. And there's always a little, there's always an extra little tree. Oh God. Oh God, let's find out what she's most proud of. What have you been most proud of? There are always a few lines here and there that I'm mega proud of, but in terms of full shows, I think my best work so far has been on interspecies reviewers and all maidens in your savage season. Oh God, what did she do to interspecies reviewers? The former. Oh my God. No, what did she do to interspecies reviewers? No! I got to go wild with jokes, puns, and sexual innuendos, and I rarely get to go. Dude, I'm scared for interspecies reviewers. I'm scared to see what she did. For all maidens, the show threw a lot of challenges at me. I was able to handle them in a way I describe as perfect. It's a great show, too, so that's just the cherry on top of the proud sundae. Well, I can't talk too much about it out loud. I'm extremely proud to have a few of the tooling systems I've engineered at Sega, especially one I've named Connor. Oh God, it's changed the way we handle projects from a particular developer, saved tons of time for project management, and it also has the ability to track progress and print out ridiculous amounts of statistics. In fact, I went from knowing Zero Python 2 years ago to creating a fully automatic object-oriented content management system is now something I'm really, really proud of myself for. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Okay, so she did the subtitles for Bakuman. Okay. Okay. I don't think we care about that too much. Well, she does engineering for games. I don't think we care about that too much. I don't think we. Nah. Hold on. What? Well, now we know the American Translator Association is corrupt. Oh, and yeah, I'm the editor of for the Japanese language division's biannual newsletter and participate in the LD event. Yeah, oh, this explains a lot in terms of why localization is kind of fucked up. Yeah. Um, let's see. Oh, let's see what this is. Localization. Okay, if localization isn't just one person translating an entire word game and show anymore, then what? How do your bunch localizations get through, woman? How? Translators work in tandem with editors, timers, engineers, project managers, and creator liaisons to craft the best possible translations within the time and budget for the project. Obviously, the people you are working with aren't the best because they're letting your shitty localizations go through, unless you're the editor or the timers and the engineers are part. Unless the rest of unless you're the entire team, I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Well, there's the sim shit and all that. Okay. Dude, this woman is psycho. This woman is psycho. This woman is psycho. This woman is psycho. Oh my god, this is psycho. But there's one other thing that we, of course, we need to get to. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Is No. Oh, but I do want to point this out before I really get into this. There is something that Katrina says here in this Anime Corner interview I'm going to get to, is that, and she does say that in regards to translators working on a contract or freelance basis, most translators in the anime industry are contractors. I think in regards to the manga industry, I think it's I think it's more of a mixture of freelance and contractors, whereas the anime industry is more contract based. I could be wrong. I think it just depends on the publisher, or company. But she says here about some companies do have in-house translators, but those positions are extremely rare and typically are held by full-time employees that have been with the company for a long time. Those I know about those studios. The ones that I know of that have in-house translators are production IG, which again I know the vice president and she's really nice, and I think Aniplex does too. Based on how the Aniplex localizations have been as of late, I think Aniplex has in-house localizations. But anyways, let's see, where is the one I need here? Oh, here we go. I want to start here. Yeah, this is where I'm going to start on this. Oh, Katrina? Oh, Katrina, the notorious Katrina. For those of you that don't know about Katrina, she is infamous in the anime and manga community, and I think video game community as well. She has botched many localizations, including Inukai, Dark Gathering. I don't know if she's botched Tokyo Mew Mew New or not, but she did work on Tokyo Mew Mew New. She was the one who for my child, we're gonna get to the Big Brother incident in a second. She botched Horimiya. She's a psycho localizer. Let's just go with that. Okay, let me get to this here. Where are you? Here we go. So I want to start here with this. This is from Anime Corner. Let me make sure we're all good here. Okay, so this I thought was interesting. Do you consult the source material / original translator, and how often are spellings of the names / certain title, certain terms changed? I'm working off an adaptation of something with an official translation. I absolutely consult the source material. Hold on. I call bullshit. You do not do that. You are full of it. Oh my God, you are so full of shit. No. Oh, it gets better. We all know. Those of us that have seen Katrina's botched localizations, no, this is bullshit. It's a great way for me to get familiar with not just the work, but with the terminology that fans are already used to. I try not to change terminology unless I feel it's absolutely essential. I made a few mistakes on that in the past, and I've since learned to respect legacy terminology, no matter how I might feel about it. You are lying! You're full of shit! We all know it! You're lying! She's a liar! She's worse than 4Kids! No! She's worse! Worse than 4Kids! She's lying! We know she's lying! This is an old interview too, so we know she's lying! She's a liar! She put yeet in freaking Inukai! She's a liar! She's a liar! She's a liar! Are there still things that you find challenging when translating from Japanese to English? All right, let's see what this is. Absolutely, I'm always learning new things, whether it's a very obscure bit of grammar, new slang I've never heard before. Yet you put your own slang up in translations. You're so full of shit. Or historical martial arts technique that barely has a Japanese. Are you fucking shitting me? This is why you want to know why the English anime. You want to know why the localization industry is shit because of this bitch right here. She's the face of botched localizations. This is why I'm using Katrina as an as the example here. And I also use Caleb because he has botched Boku no Hero Academia recently. So that's why I used Caleb, and also there was some good content there. But this bitch here, she's the face of botched localizations. There's memes made out of her from her for a reason. This bitch is the problem. We'll get to her and her fucking mafia in a minute because of what Bonsama said. But oh my god, this bitch pisses me off. Holy shit. Oh my god, I can't believe she said this. I can't believe she said this. You're using why are you using Wikipedia? Oh my god, you're referencing Wiki. Look, I will admit that I will reference Wikipedia sometimes for videos, you know, to like for basic stuff. But for articles that I write, okay? And this is something that you do whenever you write a research paper, and that's how I look at when I write my articles for bounding. You never reference Wikipedia. You never do that. You always use what's the wording I'm looking for? A college approved source. There we go. If you can't put it in a research paper, a college research paper, then that's not, then you can't use it. That's not, no. Dude, what the hell is wrong with you? You should know better than this if you were going for a PhD. What the fuck is wrong with you? I can't believe she said this. I don't often get to choose the shows. That's not what you said the previous interview. I don't often get to choose the shows I work on, so. So every now and then I'll get a really challenging show to work on. Now this makes more sense than what you said in the previous one. Luckily, I have a lot of different skills I could use to pull myself out of. Yes, using yeet is definitely one way to do it. Luckily, I have a lot of different skills I could use to pull myself out of sticky linguistic situations. Not a crowd of talented translators and native speakers I can reach out to with any questions or conundrums. Yeah, really? Then why would you put yeet in a fucking bimbo in a translation? Fucking bitch, I swear. All right, so now we're getting to the big brother situation. I posted this on Twitter, but God, it's just. So the Big Brother situation, well documented on Twitter and forever ingrained in Higurashi fandom's collective memory. What made you go back to the well-established term? How difficult is it to translate something that already has so many rooted fan sub options? Yeah, Katrina, what? What did you do? Yeah, that was a big liar. That was a big one on my part. No, you laugh. No, you did that on purpose, you liar. You are full of shit. I've been a diehard fan of Higurashi since 2007, but I've always been a little unhappy with its translation, especially with all the borrowing for things that really didn't need to be borrowed, Nini included. She said this. She said this. Considering the time when it was brought over by fans, though, it makes sense. Leaving things in Japanese was the thing to do, but why is this not a problem? Japanese was the thing to do back in the golden age of fan translation in the late 2000s, to the point of ridicule in certain places. Just according to... What is wrong with leaving it that way? Oh my god! She sounds like it's a problem! Oh my god. I was so thrilled and honored to be put on the Higurashi project, but I knew a few terms were going to be rough on me, especially Satoko's Nini. I grasped with my friends for weeks and how there was probably going to be a Satoko arc, and I was probably going to have to deal with the backlash because I didn't want to use the term. Oh my god, this bitch is so dumb! I don't get paid enough for this, I swear, because I didn't want to deal with the term. I avoided borrowing a lot of terms in my translation and wanted to find a good alternative. Big Brother wasn't perfect, but it worked. I was happier with that than Nini. And of course, you know the rest. She thought about this for weeks. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! You gotta be kidding me! Internet trauma. Death threats are not okay. Never do death threats. Internet trauma and death threats aside, looking back at the whole debacle, I realized that in my attempt to clean up the translation and appeal to you are not appealing to a wider audience with that. You are pissing off an audience. I alienated the core audience, my fellow diehard friends. They're not. You ain't one of them. Fuck off. That didn't want the legacy. If you cared about if you were a diehard fan, you would have wanted to change the word in the first place. Shut up. Changing those terms was a bit of a slap in the face. That's why I decided to go back to the legacy term for the second season, as well as retroactively fix the old episodes to use the legacy term as well. It's a lesson that was hard to learn, but one I'll take with me to future projects. I've also been carefully to ensure she is lying. She is lying. I've also been careful to ensure that any terminology on new projects is in tip-top shape. You are lying. So no translator ahead of me feels the need to fix legacy terminology and deal with the same issue. If you're talking about Higurashi, that's one thing. But if you're talking about yourself in general, you are full of shit. Unfortunately, if you pirate, actually, that is not true. You're wrong about that. If you pirate your Higurashi, you'll probably still see the old new terms, and that's what they ripped during the simulcast. So go watch it legally. At the very least, it'll save me some embarrassment. Bitch, you've embarrassed yourself enough. Oh my god. Oh my god. She worked at Giant Furrow? Oh god, I'm scared. Oh god. Oh god. But this though. Oh god. Oh, I feel so. This just is making me think of panty and stocking that I have to deal with. Oh my god. Is there anything else I want to? Those threads are just Ugh. Is there anything else I need to do here? Oh, here we go. Let's see what she has to say about Crunchyroll here. Do I want to start here? I mean, Katrina, you don't deserve shit though. Neither do a bunch of the Crunchyroll translators at botch localizations. They do not deserve shit either. Crunchyroll's business practices when it comes to paying translators appropriate wages has been a talking point in the anime localization industry for quite some time. And while it's gotten better than the $80 per episode that was rumored years ago, they're still not to par with the rest of the industry rates. And even those rates that audiovisual translators of other language pairs would balk at. The translation world as a whole is engaging in a race to the bottom. Well, in terms of quality, yeah. While now, as language services service providers compete to give the best, lowest prices to industry giants such as Netflix and Hulu. Between that and the layoffs, we know what happened because of the merger. I can only worry about for what will happen to the wages of the translators that were kept on. Are they being paid fairly for the work they're doing, or will their pay be driven down too? Because there's no competition to justify paying them any more than what pittance they're getting. Let's see. Okay, in terms of crediting the localization staff, I do want to mention this. Manga Plus definitely does it. I know Shonen Jump, Viz does it with Shonen Jump. I think Kodansha does it. I might be wrong on Kodansha. Kamiki doesn't for some reason. I don't know why. I think for Kamiki, I don't know why Kamiki doesn't. It's weird that they don't. Because all their Kamiki stuff is all in-house. I'm trying to think if Comic Walker does. I don't think it's been a while since I've read a Comic Walker series, a Kadokawa series on Comic Walker, so I don't remember. But I don't think they do. I could be wrong. But that's in terms of manga. For anime, I don't think they really do any anime. I think it's at the end of the credits, if I remember correctly. But yeah, but I don't pay attention to the credits that much anymore. Let's see. Oh, let's see this. Did you ever have to deal with unpleasant situations when it comes to people online being unhappy with your work for whatever reason? There's good reasons for this. All the time, I've gotten good at blocking. I'm one of those. I wear it as a badge of honor. Ignoring the more hateful messages I get, though. Oh, I didn't get blocked for hateful messages. I got blocked because I exposed her ass to 7 Cs. That's why I got blocked. I always remember the advice I got from one of my dear translator friends. If you wouldn't go to these randos on Twitter for advice on translation, then why would you listen to their opinion? Why not just improve your translations? I don't understand. How is this hard? Luckily I have we will get to that. Luckily I have a group of professionals I can go to advice for critique. No, that whoever that group is, they're not doing a great job, obviously. Okay. Now we're going to get to, I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. We're going to get to the good shit here. I know that the Katrina stuff was good. Oh, I know it was good. Their egos are way too big, is right. But I know it took too long, but god damn it, that Katrina stuff pissed me off. But now we're getting to the interview I did. And this part is really important. It is, because this is where, let's be real, Katrina, as I said, she is the face of botched localizations. And she is the face of it for a reason. She really is. She really is the main problem with it. But my interview with Bonsama really talks about the root of the problem and why this keeps happening. And that is with the publishers. So let me get to that. See, where are you? Make sure. Okay, so this is the interview I did about a year ago. And this is what if you don't follow Bonsama on Twitter, you should. He's awesome. So this is from, I asked him. This is in reference to the I think I turned my childhood friend into a girl, because I did this interview after that scandal was settled. So anyways, from a professional translator's point of view, what is your take on the situation? Because a lot of translators were pissed about it. Disrespectful. The published version of that story disrespects the author's intent. The original audience in the translation profession, if the author had wanted their story to be about a transgender woman, they would have written it that way. The English publisher, let alone the assigned translator, had no right to alter the author's work. The only exception would be if the author had been consulted and had agreed to the change made sense. If it is clear from their reaction, which for those of you that don't know, what happened with this was as soon as partly because of me, and I think a good chunk of the community did it. Well, obviously the community as well. After Ethylene Scans posted their review of Volume 1 and, analyzed it and showed that Seven Seas Trans Tiara fans not only went to, Seven Seas, they went to the actual author and to the publisher and let them know. And Banjo was pissed. She was mad. And the publisher went in and handled it and put Seven Seas in their place. And it was great. This is Bonsama here. Now let's get back to this. The company I work for has contracts with several Japanese publishers who request English translations across a range of genres like fantasy, school romance, boys love, slice of life, science fiction, etc. Targeting male and female audiences with a variety of tastes, and this includes titles that focus on so-called alternate lifestyles and sexual identities. A major part of my editing work is to ensure client requests, publishers, that the English translation is faithful to the intent, tone, and nuance of the Japanese work. If the English isn't accurately reflecting the Japanese to the extent that English allows in the limited space of each text box bubble, which we talked about earlier, again, this is why I waited to cover this. We had to go over that earlier. Then it's objectively wrong and needs replacing. When there is any confusion or on meaning or intent, we do our utmost to reach out to the original author for clarification. Again, that's why I question. I'm like, I've had localizers tell me, we can't, it's contract. Then have your boss reach out to them. If you can't do it personally, ask your editor to do it. The publisher has to do it. Do something. To do any less would be doing a disservice to everyone. Had that specific translation passed my desk, it would have been rejected, retranslated, and the translator would have been removed from the translation pool, or at least assigned a far easier title. Why is this not happening? Why? Let's get to this. Here we go. One of the biggest problems right now, and this is true, and this is why I'm getting pissed off at people. Because remember what I said earlier. So one of the things that has driven me nuts about this discourse is this all or nothing mentality, where I've seen total localizer death. I've seen people say replace them with AI, and I've seen on the other side of shit, I've seen them, fuck you, go learn Japanese. No, there's a bigger problem going on, and it's not just the shitty localizers. No, it's the lack of accountability going on in English localization. So let's see. And as I said, the editors are a problem too, as we discussed earlier. Again, I'm glad I went in the order that I did. There's a reason why I organized my stream like this. It's because of this. I did it like this. One of the biggest problems right now is the lack of accountability in English localization. Translators, editors, and the English publishers are not being held to task. Again, there's a pass for Kodansha, because Kodansha did, as I said earlier, they have a quality control system in place. Yen Press, I believe, has one in place as well. Comic-Key, they are their own thing, and same with Magamo, they are their own thing. And I believe Magamo has their own in-house team of translators, obviously, as well as Comic-Key. And Kadokawa, I think Kadokawa has something similar going on. I'm not sure. Square Enix is a different beast. Oh, they are a different beast. I don't know what is going on over with Square Enix manga. That's one I'm not sure about. Seven Seas, on the other hand, Seven Seas is a mess. It is a hot mess over there. And Viz is the other one that's a hot mess. 200 years my ass, Viz. Your editorial department, 200 years of experience is not doing a good job. And lack of accountability for your localizers as well as your editorial department is a huge problem. Let me read this. Now let me read this. One of the biggest problems right now is lack of accountability in English localization. Translators, editors, and the English publishers are not being held to task. There's too little quality assurance, and this has allowed certain professionals to get away with doing subpar work to the extent that such work is now a celebrated norm. And this is especially true of video games. It's bad. Manga localization, yeah, as I said, manga localization, there's only maybe like maybe 3 publishers where it's really bad in, and that would be 7 Seas, Viz, and possibly Square Enix. Young Press, it's not that bad. Kodansha, as I said, has is working on their quality control. In terms of Shueisha with Manga Plus, Manga Plus, they're doing their own thing. They're working on it with Manga Plus, but that's simulpubs though. And anime, anime is a different beast, as I said. We have Aniplex and IG Productions doing their own in-house translations, and then obviously this is why I covered this. Now you see why I covered Caleb's old interview, and Katrina's interview, to show you that there is a bigger problem going on. There's a way bigger problem going on, and my point right here is proven. And in games, it is a huge problem. We've seen a lot of shitty localizations happening in games. Grand Blue is a different kind of beast, though, because from what I heard, they have their own in-house localization. I don't know what is going on over there. That needs side games. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you guys need to hold these people accountability. But yeah, and actually, this right here, the celebrated norm. Yeah, that applies to you, side games. Worse, this right here. Worse is that now they feel feel untouchable and will do whatever they can to silence disagreement, even that from other professional translators. So I know I've said it too, and a lot of people have been wanting more professional localizers to come out, but that's the problem. There's because of the lack of accountability from publishers. These localizers have been so emboldened that other professional localizers are too scared to come out and say anything. Hence the localizer mafia. This is why you see toxic localizers like Katrina coming and her little fucking squad coming out and being complete assholes to fans, because they can get away with it. They won't get fired. That's the problem. That's why when I hear complete localizer death, it's like, no, there's a bigger problem. Complete localizer death is only going to hurt the ones that actually are doing their job. They're scared of these fucking people. It's insane. I do hope the increasing unhappiness among intended audiences with the current state of things will be a wake-up call, that more Japanese publishers start questioning whether their authors' works are being respectfully and faithfully presented to the English language audience. The best way for audiences to help is to politely voice their complaints and concerns to publishers. Angry, hate-filled rants, no matter how deserved they may feel, will only cement the position of these translators as victims, and nothing will change. I know I'm ranting. I know I am. I have very much a reason to. I know the irony in all this, and hypocrisy in all this. But for me, here's my thing. I'm really frustrated because of all, as I said from the very beginning, there's a lot of misinformation being spread, and that there's all this shit about AI replacing translators and the translation localization death. It's not happening. It's not. And you're not going to get, even if that does happen, it's not going to change shit. And it's the thing that frustrates me the most about this is I'm gonna say it, is I do send these. If you follow me on Twitter, you know this. I send these bad localizations to the authors. I send these bad localizations to the editors. I've sent them to the publishers. I can't be the only one that does this. More people need to start doing this. And hell, look at what again. I point this out with that time I think I turned my childhood friend into a girl. All of us fans sent this. We calmly sent this to the author and to the publisher. We sent it to them, and things got done. We need to all do it. I can't be the only one doing this. I don't get paid enough for this. I don't. And at some point, I'm not going to be able to do it anymore. That's how bad it is right now for me. Because I don't get enough support for it. For the work I do. I don't get enough. I can't do this anymore. Oh God, I'm going to cry. I can't do it anymore. But anyways. Let me go. Let me take the key for a second. Okay. Outsourced translators aren't always vetted for quality, I guess. Especially, this is a problem too. Let me fix this. Outsourced translators aren't always vetted for quality, I guess, especially when they're new. And one of the vendors we work with has this annoying habit of assigning new translators long, difficult series, and they should be given shorter, easier things first. That's kind of a problem. So the vendors aren't properly training their new translators before assigning them to translate long series. Is it because the vendors are shorthanded? I don't know which vendors are being used, so cannot comment with any accuracy. But I believe there are several factors that lead to a quality problem: Japanese ability, English ability, familiarity with the genre, high burnout, and high turnaround. Again, this is a huge problem. Well, those are huge titties, but. Problems with the hiring process would account for the first two factors slipping through. I can't really say much more than that, as if I don't know the specifics of their hiring process. The third factor is the genre familiarity. Again, we covered that earlier. But is one that the translator would have to address themselves. Read works in that genre, gain an understanding of the general vocabulary in both Japanese and English. The last two here we go. The last two are a problem with the industry as a whole. Short deadlines with little or no downtime between and low pay. Some companies reportedly pay in the low tens of yen, and this is in Japan, yen per page for translation, and likely even less for editing. Doesn't exactly attract a well-trained translator or one that's willing to stay for long. Other companies pay slightly better in low hundreds of yen per page, but again, less for editing. But even on the higher end, it's not a sustainable living wage. And given a schedule, and a given schedule could see you working 6 or 7 days straight or more. So most translators and editors likely do this as a side gig, meaning it's not getting their full attention and is definitely being rushed. So in regards to the questionable translators and translation, should professional translators begin voicing their concerns to the Japanese publishers? This is another tricky one. Depending on many factors, they may not be able to. They also, unfortunately, wouldn't carry much weight outside of any social following they may have. However, if they would certainly be welcomed, it would certainly be welcomed if more professional translators did speak out. But know that doing so will likely make getting future work difficult, especially when it comes to games. Video game, as Bonsama said, video game translators are the localizer mafia has a really strong hold on video games. Manga and again, I'm not sure if it's as bad as in manga and anime because Bonsama mainly works in I think he mainly works in video games, but I don't think it's. I think it's as again, it depends on the publisher. But God, as I said, I think it's mainly Viz and Seven Seas and maybe Square Enix that are really having this problem. Especially Seven Seas is really having this problem. And based on what this said, yeah, I kind of think this is having this problem. But yeah, Seven Seas for sure is definitely having this problem. Anyways, in terms of anime, Crunchyroll is definitely having this problem. This isn't so much a problem with publishers, but with a certain group of translators who enforce their own stranglehold on the industry, keeping out anyone they find undesirable. And we know Katrina is in that group. These publishers have emboldened these localizers by not holding them accountable. These publishers have emboldened them. And until the publishers, and I feel like it's until the Japanese publishers step in and do something about it, because these fucking wuss-ass publishers aren't going to do shit. Until the Japanese publishers do something about it, nothing's going to get done. Nah. Again, as I said, it's probably mainly Seven Seas and Viz where it needs to be done. Let me make sure I don't have anything else here. Do I? I will get into the fan part in a second. But in terms of anime, I tried to see if my Aniplex Insider would give me any info, but I didn't get anything. But let's see what Von Summit says here. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I remember them band chapters. Oh god, I don't remember if did I have influence on that? I don't remember. That was a while. That was a long ass time ago. Okay, so what can fans do to help improve the localizations of Japanese properties? Let's see. So don't involve the author unless they've self-published and have handled the localization or licensing themselves. They cannot do anything. Legally, they can't. Their publisher owns the rights to their work and the rights to license that work to others. And as such, are the ones who could, in theory, raise concerns about quality with the licensee. So yeah, you have to mainly, again, Banjo was a unique situation because she raised concerns with the publisher, but I feel like in this situation, especially with what I've seen, I feel like with manga you have to go the editor and the public. You have to like tag both the editor and the publisher, and especially if you know who the editor is of the specific series, I feel like that's where, especially like I do, since the editors of certain series do watch my content. So yeah. But anyways, and as such, are the ones who could, in theory, raise concerns about quality with the licensee. Here's the downside, though. Japanese publishers are likely lacking a decent route for overseas fans to voice their concerns, which is very true. Japanese companies aren't known for engaging. This is true. Japanese companies aren't known for engaging customers, even Japanese. Engaging customers, even Japanese customers, on social media. Many will only accept feedback in Japanese too. See, that's why I kind of disagree with Bonsama, and that's why I'm like, at least try and reach out. I have to say, try and at least reach out to the, like we did. And again, with the I think I turned my childhood friend into a girl situation, and reach out to both the author and the publisher, and if possible the editor, because certain editors, like for example the editor of Chainsaw Man, for example, he's very active on social media, and if you voice a concern to him, he'll look into it. He's awesome like that. And same with the author, or not the editor of Kaiju number 8. He's really chill. I wouldn't give up though. Seek like-minded fans if needed, who can help from a Japanese language comment voicing concerns. Be this right here. Be polite. Don't demand. Ask as much as possible. Mention a specific issue. Don't directly call out any individuals. Privacy is a big deal in Japan, and overly personal allegations, however true, can be cause for legal problems. So any personal allegations would likely have to end up in the bin to save the publisher from potential unwanted problems. So just a polite comment speaking about how book published by a Western publisher has these problems and how that has affected your enjoyment of the book would likely be a good starting point, which is what I do. For Shueisha, for what I said with on my Twitter in regards to Jujutsu Kaisen. I tagged the editors. And I said, see, this is why I would appreciate this right here is why I would appreciate Manga Plus having its own fucking localizations. But you got to be smart with it. My thoughts on AI versus human translators? Good question. We're gonna get to that actually. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to get an idea that this isn't an all or nothing situation. No, it's deeper than this. It's way deeper than this. Deeper than just total localizer death. No, these localizers, there's a localizer mafia that has a hold on the industry. These publishers are little pussies that need to step up and get some accountability here. But let me get to the other thing here that I have in regards to my my dialogue that I had with Jeremy on, because it's very, very important. Damn, I got like 41 notifications. All right, so God, my views went down. I know I fucking ranted a lot, but Jesus Christ, this shit has frustrated me. But this is the last thing I'm going to go over, because AI is, now we're getting to the main crux of, well, obviously I already went to the main crux. But AI, let's get to the AI localization stuff. So this is why AI is not going to take over, based on what Daramion said. And for those of you that don't know who Daramion is, he is the mangaka of, he's the artist / mangaka of Kengan Asura / Kengan Omega. I have, here's some other background for him. Obviously, as you can see, he follows me. He's followed me for a long time. I've talked to him on multiple occasions. He's on multiple occasions of AI. He's black-pilled me in terms of AI in the manga industry. And the other thing I do need to emphasize, and this is kind of going off of what Bonsama said, is that, and people need to understand this, Japan does not care about overseas fans. They do not, or especially like American fans in particular, they do not. Their priorities in terms of overseas fans is probably, I would say, the European market first, because they have the second largest, oh my God, market in terms of manga and anime outside of Japan, which is number one. And then it would be, I would say, Latin America, or no, there's obviously Asia, of course, but we're talking about West, not East. It'd be Europe, like Western Europe, and then it would be Latin America, and then it would be the US before. Yeah, we're like third compared to like Latin America in terms of manga and anime market. But anyways, so I asked Jeremy on because, as I said, we've talked about AI, and he has used AI he actually uses AI in his manga art, which is really cool. I know some people will find it controversial, but he does. But I asked him about it, and he said that what Mantra is, that what Bushiroad is using is LLM, and maybe not exactly an AI related issue, because there's humans involved with it. And he says for Japanese publishers to start utilizing it outside of Shueisha, because I think I said it earlier, Shueisha does use AI for a similar AI setup that Bushiroad is using with Orange. So Manga Plus does have, for some of the Manga Plus exclusives, they do use AI. But anyways, I should mention that. Anyway, so I'd say it'll take time since larger publishers are always conservative about these things. And they also, here's the key thing here, and they also have to be approved by each mangaka, which is why many titles still don't have yet are yet to still have ebooks. So those of you that are saying, "Oh, AI is going to take over," blah 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 blah. No, same with Ancient Magus' Bride simulpubs. They had the author, which we did see, approve the simulpubs. Each author has to approve them. So, like for example, with Shueisha, each mangaka has got to approve it, approve AI simulpubs. In the case of, like, say, Chainsaw Man, for example, you still got the Viz translator over there. So you're going to have Fujimoto approve it. You're going to have each mangaka approve it. Do I think it's going to happen? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think if there's, I don't know even if there's enough complaints if it will happen. I don't know. But anyways, but I even asked Dermion if he thought that, like, to save money, if smaller indie publishers could use AI stuff like Mantra before the bigger publishers, because save money. And he said some other tech innovation might be faster, like if Amazon, suddenly adds like a translate button to the Kindle app. But what he said, I was kind of shocked that he said this, but at the same time, I was not, based on how Kengan's localization got picked up. The translators for Kengan's localization got picked up. I was not surprised. He said, if that happened, I'd like to see people go, "How dare Amazon use AI? I'm going to go read manga instead." I love Dermion so much. Dermion's so epic. I love him so much. But yeah, in terms of like straight up AI, I agree with Dermion in that sense. Because I've used machine translators before, machine translations. In terms of manga, I use them. I've used them for, like, say, I don't say Kingdom is somewhat machine translated. The speedy ones I use, somewhat. But I've used them before, and they're a pain in the ass to deal with. But, like, if it's anything like for, as I said, like with what we've seen for Rugby Rumble, or which I need to catch up on, or the Ancient Magus' Bride simulpubs, then which are hybrid. I'm down with the hybrid. I am, but the thing that I want more than anything is I would rather, especially with Viz's localizations, for example, I would rather have Shueisha, and I said this to the editors of that run Manga Plus. I was like, I'd rather just have Manga Plus have its own localization. But yeah, I just like, but at the same time, it still doesn't address the real problem that's going on. AI is great for if it's like for conversational stuff, like with what I do with mangaka and people in the anime industry. I like AI for conversations, like for that. But when it comes to straight up manga translations and anime translations and stuff like that, you still are going to need a human involved. But in terms of like it being the full-on answer for the problems that are in the industry, no, it's not. It's not the answer to the end of what's going on in the industry. No, it's not, because as I said, I read with Bonsama's interview, there's a bigger problem going on. It's not going to solve the bigger issue of the strength of the publishers, not all of them, obviously, but some of the publishers not holding this localizer mafia accountable. Until they are held accountable and are booted, as I said, these localizers, this mafia that has scared the translators from speaking out. Until they're gone, nothing is going to change. Nothing. And we know that includes you, Katrina. Until you're gone from the localization industry, until these publishers and studios step the fuck up and get your ass out, and also your little squad out too, nothing's going to change. It won't. And also, Viz, you need to step. I know Katrina's not part of you, Viz, but you guys, Viz needs to step the fuck up too. I don't know what's going on with their editors. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if one of the localizer mafia is up in Viz, but something going on over there, and it just needs to change. It does. Nothing will change until the publishers step up. But do I think the Japanese publishers need to step in? Yes, I do. I think there needs to be an intervention. I mean, look at what's going on with Kodansha. I mentioned this earlier. Look at what's going on with Kodansha with K manga, with what that the editorial department is in charge of it, and they are working on they straight up said they're working on a quality control system to make sure that all the translations are accurate. And if they're not, then fans can. They're going to make sure it's not. They'll fix it. They'll fix it if it's not accurate. Will they be? I don't think they're going to use AI for it, though. No, I don't think so. But so speaking of, before I forget, in terms of AI, this is where it got very interesting in my conversation with Daramion. And speaking of Ancient Magus' Bride, for those of you that have not seen the translations, which I posted, these are how beautiful they are. This is not machine translated. It is not. I covered both chapters 96 and 97. I know the Japanese fans are starting to see the discourse and what's going on, but in terms of manga, I don't think it's gonna do much. It's not. Shueisha needs, if anything, Shueisha would have to step in on a few titles, I believe. Because Oshinoko and I think like more of Shueisha's titles, minus like a few Manga Plus titles, like Marriage Toxin and Heartgear, which I'm scared that they went there, have gone to Yen Press. Yeah, Oshinoko and Honey Lemon Soda went to Yen Press. I'm scared that Shonen no Abyss is at freaking Viz, though. I hope that they are cracking the whip over there. But anyways, speaking of that, I asked Daramion about that. If Japanese publishers like Shueisha or Shigakukan are going to intervene or transition into in-house English localizations, or enlisting fan translation groups, or have authors pick translators, like for example, Dempa, by the way, who I've talked to. Dempa actually has, and go support Dempa. They are a small publisher. They have the authors hand pick their translators. And he said that it was not likely, that his case was super rare. And for those of you that don't know, with Kengan, the people that are working on the localization of Kengan on Kamiki are actually the fan translators. They're the fan translators for the Kengan series, which I thought was cool. So basically what happened with that, obviously you could tell Daramion's actually I think for the most part bilingual. Yeah, he's bilingual. So basically he recommended the fan team, since what the translations that his editors showed him, which were Kamiki confirmed they were from Mantra. They were AI translations from Mantra. And this was years ago. This was a few years ago. So these are not the same as the ones that we're seeing from Ancient Magus' Bride, just to be clear. They showed me was awful, and I don't know how the rest went on. So this is what the publisher, not the editor, excuse me. The first translation I saw was good enough as a translation if it was an English exam for cool, but hard to read. I had to print both, print out both what they showed me and the piracy version to show it to my editor side by side and explain how the fan translation was much smoother. Again, Comic-E did confirm it wasn't their team because Comic-E does their stuff in house. No, this was Comic-E confirmed that translation was I think it was straight up from Mantra, like a straight up AI translation from Mantra. Which again, for Ancient Magus's Bride, it's an AI hybrid. There's human involved, so it's a little bit different. But Jeremy, so gangster. I love it so much for that. He's so gangster. I love how he's pro piracy for that. He is. Darmian is amazing. If you are not reading Kengan, there are a million reasons why to read Kengan besides that it's amazing tournament manga. And the writing is fabulous. And Darmian's art is great. And yes, as I said, he does use AI for his art. He does. It's not full on AI. He actually, what he does is really cool. He does, he'll use AI for his backgrounds, and he'll sometimes do hand-drawn AI, and he will, hand-drawn art, over AI. And then, what was the other one he did? He will, fuse different images together for his AI art, which is really sick. But Darmian's so gangster for this. Like, he just put a version of the piracy of the fan translated version of Kengan. It was like, nope, we're gonna use this instead. We're gonna use these translators instead. I think the solution, at least for me, in my opinion, I think part of the solution is, yes, the Japanese publishers do need to get involved to an extent. But I think the editor or the mangaka, if the mangaka start, as we saw with I think I turned my childhood friend into a girl. I think the mangaka, to an extent, need to get involved. But I don't think all the manga. The problem is all the mangaka can't do that. They're not as gangsta as Darmian. They're not as gangsta as Darmian is. No, not all of them are bilingual like Darmian is either. Nah. There are a few mangaka that I know of that are, or that I talk to, that are bilingual, and Darmian just happens to be one of them, and he's bomb. I love him so much. Also, go follow Jeremy on Twitter and subscribe to his YouTube channel. He does amazing artwork. I'm curious what you guys think in terms of what the solution would be for this. I feel like for I think the video game industry is a little bit more complicated because of the Japanese video game industry has become more globalized than anything else. Whereas with the manga industry, I think it will be a little bit easier to an extent because as Darmian said, they're a lot more conservative at the Japanese publishers, and I know they think of the Japanese consumer first. That is their main thing, is the Japanese consumer. But do I think if the Japanese fans say something to the publishers, they will do something? Maybe. They might. There's a possibility that they could. But do I think AI is the full-on answer? No. It's not going to be the answer. There's no way that straight up AI translations are going to replace localizers. No. It's not the solution. That's not going to happen. You're not going to get straight up AI. AI hybrid? Yes, that is more of a likely solution based off of what we've seen with what we've seen with like Manga Plus with Orange Ink and oh god, I can't remember. I can't remember if it's Medibang off the top of my head. We have that going on, and then we have obviously what's going on with Mantra, and I think Mantra is Shueisha uses Mantra as well. Because yeah, I remember the Magus Bride account mentioning Shueisha. Yeah, I think Shueisha uses Mantra as well. But yeah, that's for their Manga Plus exclusive titles. They use Mantra. So yeah, um, if more Japanese anime and manga companies speak out against uh, the bad localizations, then companies like Crunchyroll may be forced to take some different measures. I don't think Crunchyroll will do shit about it in all reality. No, I don't think they will. I think that, in my opinion, what anime companies need to do, and I've been saying this for a minute, they just need to go all in house. The other thing that's very interesting, speaking of anime, is that if you want to go legal, if you want to stream anime legally and have accurate translations, if you have a VPN, and you go on the Asian, you go obviously Asian streaming services, like if you go on Muse Asia's YouTube channel, or Netflix and Asian Netflix, or Asian Amazon Prime Video, you get more accurate English translations there than you do on American streaming services. It's the weirdest thing. That's what needs to happen. I swear to God, if more streaming services, I wonder if Netflix will start doing. If Netflix starts doing that and starts using, you know, their Asian streaming services translations on their, especially with One Piece, for example. Oh, if they got a more accurate translation of One Piece, they would be getting subscribers so fast. Bleach, from what I heard, Bleach is way more. I know Bleach is way more accurate in on the Asian streaming services, the English translations. Oh, hands down. I think that's what if the streaming service. That's what the streaming services need to do. Crunchyroll could keep their ass translations. The streaming services, if they're smart, they would just use the ones from the Asian regions, from the Asian region streaming services. That's what they should be doing. Seriously, just that's what they need to do. Either that, or studios need to go in house, like with what Aniplex and Production IG are doing. That's what anime studios are going to need to do, because again, based on what Bonsama said, video games, I don't know, video games, it's going to be a lot harder, because based on what Bonsama said, you're dealing with psycho localizers. You're dealing with the mafia that has a stronghold on the industry, and until they're gone, until publishers step up and companies step up and hold these motherfuckers accountable, I don't know. Seven Seas, it's going to be a lot harder because of this union. They have a union now they have a localizer union. So it's going to be a lot harder to get rid of them. It's so fun. It's funny how the same people who falsely accuse people of cultural appropriation are also the same people who willfully attack Japanese culture. I know. It's so funny. It's funny and ironic that they're doing that. It is. And it's funny that the same person that is that is the face of botched localizations, is attacking Bushiroad for using AI hybrid technology for their simulpubs. But god damn it, I loved how dude, I just can't get over how gangsta Daramion is. He's like, dude, if Amazon just puts a translate button on their manga app, I want to hear people say fuck it and go pirate manga. Daramion's gangsta for that. Yes, and also how he just was like, dude, it's like, just nah, this ain't it. Here's the pirated version's better. Dude, more mangaka need to be gangsta like that. Seriously. If more mangaka were like Daramion and just did that, that would be amazing. This is why I wish more mangaka were bilingual. I do. I swear, if more mangaka were like Daramian, we wouldn't be having this issue. Imagine if more mangaka were like Daramian, for real. We wouldn't be having this problem. But I'm very curious what you guys think, because I keep seeing all this disinformation being sent about like Japan's watching. Well, I know Japan's watching, but like because of Japan, that all these localizers are going to get fired and AI is going to take over. No, motherfucker, AI not taking over. Stop it. Stop it. AI is not taking over. It is not. You might think AI is taking over. You might think it, but it's not. It's not. Even if it does take over, let's just say it's taken over, it's not going to address the real problem. And guess what? Another reason why, as I said, reason why AI is not taking over is because these dumbass localizers have a control on the industry. You're going to have unless the Western publishers would have to step up, hold these fuckers accountable. Not just hold them accountable. The Western publishers would have to be like, fuck you, I'm replacing you with AI. Or the Japanese publishers would be like, well, fuck all you, we're replacing you with AI. But at the same time, it's also not fair to the, especially in terms of the manga and anime, manga publishers and anime companies, like it's not fair to Kodansha or Yen Press or Kamiki or Magamo. It's not fair to them that, companies are actually, doing accurate localizations. It's not fair to them because some assholes are fucking up the industry. It's not fair to them that you're saying fuck you, we're replacing all of you with AI. No, it's not fair to them. No, it's not going to happen like that. No. Oh God, dude, you're making me feel old. You're making me feel old. You're 26. I'm like 34. You're making me feel really old. But yeah, I'm gonna show us on the screen because this is true. I'm 26 years old, and it's insane to me how much the anime and manga community has changed over the 21 years. And unfortunately, a lot of people in my generation are trying to ruin everything. Oh my God, it's just insane. It's insane how much everything has changed since I started getting into anime and manga back in 1998, 99-ish. It's so insane. I can't believe it. It really is. Because I used to get made fun of all the time for reading manga and watching anime. I used to get made fun of all the time. And now I see the same people. Oh, you meant to say 21 years. You've been watching anime and manga. It's all good. But it's crazy how Zoomers are trying to ruin it. It's crazy. And you know what doesn't help is you have these, and I hate that they're grifting off me too. You have these big YouTubers, these tourist, not all of them are tourist YouTubers, mind you. But you have these grifting, mainstream grifting YouTubers, tourist YouTubers, talking about this and gaslighting their mainstream audience to believing that AI is taking over, blah, 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 blah. It's not. You don't know shit about the industry. And you're kind of proving Jamie, I don't like Jamie Marchi, but you're kind of proving her right because you don't know shit about the industry and it's making it look bad. You're making people like me look bad who know a lot about the industry. It's very, very disheartening and it's very, very frustrating. I really can't stand it. This is probably the most frustrating thing from the stream that I've, that I didn't realize what Caleb was saying in his interview. I didn't freaking see that until I But they're trying to market mature themes to kids just because something is animated doesn't necessarily mean it's for kids. That's been the most frustrating thing in this whole entire situation in general is people, and it's been so frustrating. We've had to deal with this for decades. Is that people believe that just because it's animated, just because it's a comic, whether it's Western or Eastern, it's not for kids. No, it irritates me, and I'm glad Guillermo del Toro is saying something about it too. Oh my god, it's driving me crazy. And yeah, non-binary localization is a thing. It is for because I missed that comment earlier. But yeah, they did that with Yamato. But yeah, God, getting blown back in the day for this is insane. I know if you saw my Twitter, I know my notifications are getting blown up because of what's going on with Hokkaido Gals. Are adorable with that localization because someone put mid up in there. Yeah, we got another memeing localization going on. It's just insane. These people just can't help themselves. Jesus Christ, I got 53 notifications. Oh my God. God, this is just insane. But yeah, I get to enjoy. Oh, but yeah, this is pure insanity. I knew my I didn't know my notifications are going to be blowing up today. But yeah, oh, let me mention this shit about Attack on Titan before I forget. All right, here's the thing with Attack on Titan. I do want to mention, I covered this story a long ass time ago too. I remember with Attack on Titan, because I'm a Chew. I am. And something that I really do like about Attack on Titan is the commentary. And Isayama has mentioned about the commentary that about World War II and how the Eldians are like Jews in World War II, and how the Eldian band, because of some assholes in the anime it was the production committee were like, oh, we're not going to sell this band because it's anti-Semitic and it's harmful to Jews. I asked my mom about it. She's like, no, it's not. Like, you could have just said it was some proceeds were going to go to like a Holocaust museum or something. Like, it's so stupid. Oh, hi, Clyde. Okay, cool. Oh, awesome. Yay. That's awesome. Oh my God, thank you. I just hope I can keep this up for longer because it's not looking good for us. YouTube hates me. It does, right, Kitty? Yeah, mofos keep grifting off my content. They keep grifting off my tweets and my activism. Yeah, I get nothing. And yet I have people tell me why I don't do news stories. Well, or do live streams covering this stuff. Well, yeah, I'm really active on Twitter. That's where I'm really active right now. As I said, my notifications are blowing up right now. Let me grab my Twitter handle here. Hold on. Here's my Twitter handle. Oh yeah, that's right. By the way, for those of you that don't know who made my awesome new avatar, that is Liam. He did that, and he's making a new banner for my channel. Hopefully, it survives until then. I swear YouTube is out to kill my channel. Meanwhile, there's grifters making money off of my anime and manga activism. Feel like I'm reliving 2020 all over again. Ah, God, it's very frustrating. Oh, cool. But yeah, I'm very active on Twitter. I am. My notifications are blowing up like crazy. I have like over 50 notifications I have to look at. Oh gosh, look at I'm in activist mode and it's not getting me anywhere. I don't feel supported. All the hard work I do, man, it's killing me. Instead of getting supported, instead of my coverage getting supported, mofos grift off me. That's been the story of my life since the whole thing with the protest community. I can't, as I said, I can't keep it up much longer, right, Kitty? I can't keep going on like this, cat. An eye bogies, Kitty. Oh God, I wish if only I could monetize my tweets. Maybe I'd make something. But anyways, I'm trying to be more active on Discord for sure. I'd like to, God, if my Twitter notifications stop blowing up, they've been dude, my Twitter notifications have been blowing up like nonstop since I started documenting the Jamie Marchi stuff. And speaking of, the thing that's crazy about this whole thing with the Jamie Marchi situation, I've been documenting that shit like for what, like 10 hours? I've spent like 10 hours for like at least 4 days, or for the first 4 days of it, for like 10 hours documenting it. And mofos just start grifting off me. And I get nothing. Well, I get a shout out, but that's it. I get nothing. And it's very frustrating. The story of my life. Right, Kitty? The story of my life is being grifted off of is not fun. And yet the grifters will just continue to spread misinformation about the industry. And more people will think that that anime and manga are just going to be replaced by AI. And you know what? The worst part of it is the majority of people that are spreading this information are not even anime and manga fans. Hell, the majority of the people that are spreading this information didn't even read The Ancient Magus' Bride or have never heard of it. They didn't even read the fucking simulpub. I did. They didn't even know Chapter 97 came out. I covered it. It just, oh God, it just annoys me. I am not love Kitty. I feel like you're the only. Sometimes I feel like Kitty's the only one that loves me. Sometimes I know my subscribers love me too, but I feel like Kitty loves me the most. I don't feel appreciated sometimes. It's very, very. It feels like I'm at the. Oh God, I'm trying not to cry, but it feels like I'm at the lowest point, like I was during the protest community. No, it's both sides are attacking anime. Both sides have been attacking manga and anime for a long time, but I just am really annoyed that we have mainstream tourists I just don't like that these fuckers are grifting like they are. And I hate that they're proving Jamie right in a way, and it annoys me. I don't watch to be clear, I don't watch Asmongold, okay? I just don't like that. I just don't like that YouTubers like him, and I don't want to name names, but other certain YouTube and name the other YouTubers that Asmongold hasn't done it for a minute. He's done it he's new to this, But there's other YouTubers that have been doing it for a lot longer, and they're not even manga and anime fans, or they're like surface level anime and manga fans. And they don't know shit about the industry, and it just annoys me. That's all. And it just to see them like spread all this misinformation about anime and manga, and also then use my tweets to do it. Yeah, I get shouted out, which is nice, but they use my tweets to do it on top of that. And what do I get? I get nothing. Exactly. Jamie Marchi attacked Asmongold, and that dude doesn't even watch anime. He don't watch anime. He spreads misinformation about the situation, though, which really annoys me, and it makes my job harder. And I don't get shit. And all I get are fuckers grifting off me. And it's not just YouTubers that are grifting off me either. There's people on Twitter that are doing it. But the ones that are grifting off me the most, that just irritate me, and that are spreading information, are the YouTubers grifting off me. I've already had to deal with this with the protest community. They grifted off me too. I got nothing. And I made them motherfuckers thousands of dollars. And I'm dealing with this again. I'm trying not to cry, but this is so annoying because I didn't want to do this again. I tried. I was hoping not to deal with this again. I didn't want to go through this again. And now I'm doing this again. I know there's the satanic panic. People are attacking anime and manga like crazy. Yeah. Oh God, I'm not crying because I'm annoyed by this. I'm so annoyed. Yeah, of course. They never do. They grift off. Some of them will mention my Twitter or my tweets and give me credit for my tweets. They don't give me credit for my articles. They don't give me I don't get anything. None. And then because of that, I'm nearly homeless because of it. I get nothing. And this is what happened. Oh God, I'm gonna cry because I'm so annoyed by this. This is what happened in the protest community. Same exact thing. Provided the motherfuckers streams, provided it for a long, to the point, I provided streams to the point where I was like dizzy and blacking out. I was that exhausted. I spent like over 12 hours doing it before. I think that was on January 6th when that happened too. I was so exhausted from doing it. And I got nothing. I don't get anything for this. Nothing. I only get paid like per article. I don't get shit for my activism. That's why, like, when all this went down, when the thing with the Ancient Magus Bride went down, I was so hesitant to go all in on this. I was so hesitant to go in on this activism. I was, because I didn't want, I just had a feeling. I was like, watch, this is going to be 2020 all over again with the protest community where they take advantage of me. And I was right. They always do this. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this. I just want the misinformation to stop. I just want people to understand. I want people to understand that these motherfuckers are lying to them. And they're grifting off of them. They don't understand there's a bigger problem going on. And they don't give a shit. No. They'd rather just go they'd rather be grifted and scammed off of. And that annoys me. Asmongold aside, okay? Him aside, there's other motherfuckers I'm referring to specifically that are scamming off me and grifting off me and making this whole thing worse. I'm tired of it. Yeah, I'll link the articles in the Discord after this, especially the interviews. I'll link the articles and stuff in my Discord after this, especially the interviews. The interview I did with Bonsama, because that one is very, very interesting. That one is the one I covered here, and that one I think is probably the most important of them all. Because people, they keep, I just am so tired of this. They keep spreading this narrative that that AI is going to straight up replace them. It is not while these localizers are laughing in your fucking face because they have a goddamn mafia. Jamie, I don't think is part of it, to be honest, because Jamie is not doing any more writing. No. But there's other localizers like Katrina and them that are in this goddamn mafia that's controlling the industry. And they're laughing in your face because you guys are fucking stupid. Because you're listening to naive tourist grifters that don't know shit. And then you got Katrina who's straight up lying. Yeah, not a problem. I don't mind interacting on Discord or Twitter and stuff like that. It's just getting so frustrating that for me, because I feel like part of me feels like I'm doing all of this, like people are sharing my tweets and sharing my content on Twitter and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like I'm not getting, no one's supporting what I'm doing. No, they're just grifting off me instead. And it's fucking annoying. And I just, it's to the point where it's like, I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. And then and it's going to get to a point where I won't do it anymore, just like I did with the protest community. And then you grifters want nothing. And then what? Then what will you do for your narrative? You'll move on to something else because you fuckers don't care. You'll take advantage of my activism and then move on to something else. And then you'll make money, and then where will I be? You won't care because why? I might be homeless for all you know. I don't know. My situation is really bad. I need. God, you are on my lap, therapy cat, because I'm losing my mind right now. But anyways, I hope the information that I did go over really gives some insight on what's going on. I hope it does clear up that there really is a problem, that AI is not going to do what you think it is. It's not going to straight up replace the localizers like these fucking grifters are telling you to. It's not. It is not going to. No matter what these fucking grifters are telling you, they could tell you until the cows come home. I have proof. And this is why I use StreamYard for this. I have the proof. I showed you the proof. They're not going to replace, AI is not going to replace you. I had 2 people in the industry straight up telling you AI is not going to replace these localizers. It's not. So you can tell these fucking grifters that they're making money, the ones making money off me, of my work, mind you, that, especially the articles, like my interview and my ones that expose botched localizations that I spent hours on, and I don't get paid hourly. I only get paid per article. So while you are getting paid a shit ton of money for grifting off me and for your goddamn agenda and spreading misinformation, you're gonna look like a fucking jackass. No. The only way people are no. The people only way people are gonna get fired is if no. The only way people are gonna get fired is if the studios do something. They do. In terms of Crunchyroll, they do have their own localizers. So maybe people unsubbing would help. I could definitely see that. In terms of, I think the other thing would be is if all the studios decided to switch to in-house localizations. If all the studios just said "fuck you, Crunchyroll" and switched to in-house localizations, then that would be a whole different story in terms of Crunchyroll. But I don't know. But the one that Bonsama really is said that's probably the most concerning is video game localizations. That one is definitely the worst of them all. It is, especially after what happened with Fire Emblem. Yeah, that one is definitely the worst. It is. That's the one, if anything, that's the one people should be going after. For sure. Well, anime, obviously, there's obvious reasons. Anime and manga, I'm going after for multiple reasons because I love it, and I've been fighting for it for a long time. With AI studios, no. AI studios by themselves, no. Shueisha is, as I said earlier, Shueisha is using Orange with a translator. Can't remember off the top of my head, with a translating service. I can't remember if it was Medibang or something else. I can't remember off the top of my head. They're using they are using Orange, which is an AI Orange Ink with a translator, so AI hybrid for some of their Manga Plus exclusives. And then obviously Bushiroad is using it for the Ancient Magus' Bride with Mantra. And I think also for a couple of Manga Plus exclusives, Shueisha is using Mantra as well. They're using hybrid with the AI hybrid with Mantra. But what Daramion said in terms of manga, and he's the mangaka of Kengan, Kengan Asura, Kengan Omega. What he said was his editor brought him a really questionable translation that was straight up AI from Mantra, and he showed his editor, because he's bilingual, so it was a lot easier for him to do. He showed him a copy of the pirated version of Kengan. I don't remember. He didn't say if it was Asura or Omega, but he showed. I think it was Asura. Yeah, I think it was Asura because Omega wasn't out yet. He showed him a pirated copy of Asura, and he said this flowed much better. So there's that. Yeah, Spanish doesn't have. It's only English that is having this problem. I should point this out. Spanish is not having this problem. French, I think, rarely has this problem. German is rare as well. It's only English that's suffering this issue. In terms of the Spanish localizations on Manga Plus, it's Shueisha has Medibang do their translations, if I remember correctly, and they have the opening and closing text up in there. So yeah, their Spanish localizations on Manga Plus are a lot more accurate. In anime, the Spanish translations are way more accurate, and I think it's because south of the border, anime has a bigger fan base than it does in the U.S. and a bigger market, and Latin America appreciates anime and manga more. Um, oh, they're done in Mexico. Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, they're done in Mexico, and I'm guessing the Portuguese ones are either done in they must be done in Portugal or Brazil. It's one of the two. But yeah, Portugal and Brazil, they love it. But what was the other thing I was saying? I was gonna say. But yeah, outside of I said this earlier, but outside of Japan, um, in terms of West, Europe has the second biggest market outside of with number one being Japan. Second, the first biggest Western market, it's Europe, like France especially, and like France, Germany, and I would say Spain. Yeah, those are the three biggest in Europe. Is France, Germany, and Spain are the biggest in Europe, and Italy is pretty big too. And then Latin America definitely follows, and then U.S. and Canada after that, I believe. If Japan decides to terminate contracts with the Western companies, then it would be a wake up call. It's not gonna if Shueisha terminates their contract with Viz and or like moves all of their series in terms of translation or licenses to like Yempress, for example. I think that would be a smart thing to do actually, because Yempress's translations are great, but Yempress does have a contract with Square Enix, I believe. No, Square Enix, they only have a few now with Square Enix because Square Enix has their own publisher now. So they only have like a few Square Enix titles now. If Shueisha was smart and terminated their contract with Viz and just sent all their stuff over to Yempress or sent all their new stuff to Yempress, that would be really freaking smart if you ask me. Seven Seas, it's not Seven Seas is again, that's a different beast because you have a few here's the thing with Seven Seas in terms of some of their titles with Shueisha, like Ayakashi Triangle, I know is Shueisha cracks the whip on that one, I believe. And then with what's the other one? And then Tokyo Revengers, I think Kodansha cracks the whip on that one, minus the cover. God, I fucking hate that the Manji's not on the cover. So stupid. Trying to think if there's anything else off the top of my head. But the ones that would Shigakkan. Oh god, Shigakkan came in and terminated their contract with Shueisha, especially over Detective Conan. Oh my god, that would be amazing. Oh my god. That's the one, if anything should be terminated with Shueisha or with Viz. Shigakkan should terminate their contract with Shueisha, or with, I say Shueisha, with Viz over Detective Conan. That's the one that needs to be terminated. Damn you. I have to tell you, why'd you have to fall? But yeah, that's the main one that I would want to see terminated from Viz. Is from Shigakkan is that. But oh god, Zatch Bell is still in limbo. I know why Zatch Bell is in limbo too. It's because of Shigakkan had a really bad relationship with the mangaka, so that's why we're not getting more Zatch Bell. You have to sail the high seas for that, which I recommend. The publishers, the thing is though, is I was hoping, I think I turned my childhood friend into a girl would be a wake-up call for Seven Seas, but then they did that stupid union shit. But as Baratsama said, there's a localizer mafia that has a stranglehold on the industry, and the localizers are scared to speak out against them until they're gone. Until the publishers step up and get rid of them. They're going to be there. Again, none of the grifting YouTubers are going to say that. None of these tourists are going to say that. Nah, I'm the only person that's probably going to say that. But I get nothing for it. Nothing. I get nothing. Well, these fuckers keep making thousands of dollars off me. And that is very annoying. Oh, I got $5. Thank you. That kind of made my day. I just saw that in my inbox. Thanks for the work on bounding into comics and the hell. That's Jamie Marchi. Thank you. Oh gosh, it's only $5, but it helps. That makes me feel better. But I am trying my best to expose fuckers. I swear, something I've been thinking about doing, if people want it, is live, because I do a lot of crazy Twitter shenanigans. Because I stream my Twitter shenanigans. Now that I have an idea on how to work StreamYard, I could live stream my Twitter shenanigans. And so you guys can see me go full on in activist mode. I might do that. That is something I am considering. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, in regards to the, you know what? Should I pull this up? Okay, fuck it. I hope I do not get dinged for it. Doing more anime reviews? Well, the problem is with anime reviews, it's hard for me to do anime reviews because I have the manga and the anime side by side. When I have to do, if I do it, and this is why I don't do manga reviews, because I do it live. I have to be in the moment. But talk about anime news, that's what I want to do more of. But I like doing it live like this because it's more fun. Doing more live stuff like that, like that's part of me is like, maybe I should do more live stuff. Now that I know how to do stream, well, I can actually record more new stuff now that I know how to use StreamYard. I could do one on the Hokkaido story. I might. What do you think, Kitty? Should we do it? Should we cover Hokkaido Gals? Should we cover it? I might cover it. I might cover it in I might cover it a little bit later. But yeah, I really want to cover more news stories. I do, especially since I'm the one breaking it. Probably should cover my own news stories, huh? I'm breaking the news. Might as well cover it. And oh god, I don't get a copyright strike. It's probably what I should do. But yeah, probably a little later tonight, because I'm getting confirmation in regards to the Hokkaido Gals situation. I want to get a little bit more confirmation about the translation, the mistranslation, to see. Yeah, but I think I'm going to do some for Hokkaido Gals. I think I'm going to do a pre-recorded for that. For Jamie, I'm not sure what I should do for that. Jamie, should I do a Jamie stream and go through my Twitter insanity? might do that. Jamie, I think I might just do. Jamie might be live stream worthy. We will see. Documenting Jamie Marchi's meltdown or something. I might do that. That's probably something I should do. But maybe I'll do that tonight. We shall see. But yeah, I probably, since grifters are making money off of me, maybe the actual source should start making money. I should start recording it. The source of the story. But yeah, I'll probably do that. I'll probably record once I get a little bit more information and also get more information on Hokkaido Gals. I'll record Hokkaido Gals and I'll do oh god. I feel like Jamie Marchi is worthy of a live stream though. I feel like it is though. Oh, because Jamie Marchi's situation is definitely live stream worthy. Yeah, I think Jamie Marchi might be live stream worthy. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think I should do like a full-on live stream for Jamie Marchi? I think that might be good. Tomorrow I can't do it though. There's no way. Tomorrow there's too many manga chapters coming out. There's no way I could do a live stream tomorrow. Wednesday I might be able to. Wait, what's coming out on Wednesday? There's Oshinoko. Oh, there's Kengan and Oshinoko, I think. But yeah, tomorrow there's no way in hell I can do it. I can't do live streams tomorrow because I got Chainsaw Man. I got the monthly chapters. Oh god, tomorrow is gonna be fucking hell. There's no way I can put out a stream or any news stories tomorrow. It's gonna be hell. But yeah, I think for what I'll do is for Hokkaido Gals. We'll see because that story is developing. We'll see how that goes. I'll see if I'm gonna double check. Hokkaido Gals is developing, so I'm gonna see if there's any more mistranslations for it for episode 1. And then for Jamie, I feel like for those two, I might have to wait until Wednesday for it. It's Tuesday. I just can't do it. There's no way. There's no way I could do it Tuesday. Wednesday is a maybe. It depends on what time One Piece comes out. But yeah, there's no fucking way I could do it Tuesday. Because I got the monthlies. There's Jump SQ chapters. There's the Kodansha chapters. I gotta catch up on Beast Katana as well. I gotta do a long ass live reaction for Beast Katana. There's a new simulpub coming out from Kodansha that I'm gonna cover. I believe Chainsaw Man's coming out tomorrow. What else is coming out tomorrow? There's Four Nights of the Apocalypse. There's Eden Zero. There's Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. Oh my god, tomorrow is going to be fucking insane. Oh my god, I think Dark Gathering's coming out tomorrow. Bungo Stray Dogs is coming out tomorrow. Oh my god, tomorrow's going to be fucking insane. But yeah, so I think what I'll do is, depending on how things are tonight, I might record the video on the Hokkaido Gal situation. But in regards to the Jamie Marchi situation, I'm going to do a full-on live stream for that. That deserves a live stream. Jamie Marchi's fucking meltdown that I've been documenting is going to have a full-on live stream. I might have to wait until Friday. I definitely can do it because there shouldn't be any chapters coming out. So Jamie Marchi, if anything, would have to be, and depending on if there's articles I need to write, I will probably do it on Friday, the latest. It'll either be Thursday or Friday. Yeah, Jamie Marchi will be either Thursday or Friday. Hokkaido Gals will probably be on Wednesday. But yeah, Tuesday, there's no fucking way I can do it. No way. There's no way I can do any stories. But yeah, I think I'll do, I just hope that things get more views. I really do. Because I really work my ass off on that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. What you guys thought of this whole thing? What you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think the solution is? I think that to an extent that the Japanese publishers do need to step in and hold like especially Seven Seas in terms of manga. Seven Seas and Viz need to be held accountable the most um, by Shueisha and Shogakukan, and those and oh my god, there's another publisher for damn, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Those two need to be held the most accountable. And if us fans need to go to for some series, like I know the editor for some series, like I said, Nakachi does, but that editor for Kaiju number 8 and Shihilin, like the editor Spy Family, does watch my content from time to time. So I do have that. In terms of anime, I think what needs to start happening is services like High Dive need to, or Hulu need to start using the Asian translations. The Asian streaming services translations. This can't go on anymore. Disney, you need to start using them too. This is fucking ridiculous. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you guys think. If you guys want me to do more stories, like separate stories covering, especially with the box localizations ongoing situation, covering like individual bounding articles that I've done, like one on the, even though I kind of did one on I turned my childhood friend into a girl situation. I could cover it again, but I'll do, as I said, I'll do a full-on live stream for Jamie Marchi. I'll do a news story for Hokkaido Gals, especially now that I know how to use StreamYard. I definitely want to do more, especially with the misinformation being spread. This needs to stop. This misinformation needs to be stopped. And I'm going to make sure it happens. Hopefully I get money in the process and not be grifted off of it anymore. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to literally help keep me and my kitty and Operation alive and kicking, so we could keep bringing you more content. A few ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.